Well then. Well, that appears to be broken for the night. Super. So with that, we are back with Wario Land 4. Uh, Last time we did finish up Paper Mario the 1,000 Year Door, and Wario Land 4 was a fairly quick stream. So, something just to, you know, I didn't have that much time last night, but it's nice to finally get back into the swing of things and, just replay this game because it's been a while. I've been meaning to touch this game in years. Um, Unfortunately, I think VLC and Streamlabs here is giving me a bit of technical issues because last time I was talking about how someone managed to actually redo the intro and actually found all the source files and sample files from the stream. So I wanted to play that tape for you guys tonight, but um, unfortunately, uh, yeah, no, looks like just while I was doing some troubleshooting, VLC's kind of crapped out. I'm going to try to double check that. But if you're interested in hearing it, I have a link that actually down in the little info tag for the stream. And the person who ended up doing the arrangement was someone by the name of Shy Guy XXL. So I just want to shout them out just for actually reconstructing that. I'll probably end up doing more stream of Wario Land 4. At the very least, just showing off. At the very least, just showing off that sound because honestly, I have been severely I've always wanted to know where these source files came from, and the fact that someone managed to find them and rebuild the files in high quality and clean them, it's nice, and I really really just want to show that off more. But without getting too ahead of ourselves, let's dive in to the stream. There we are. So where we last left off here, we were able to get halfway through Monsoon Jungle, and basically we were able to get through most of Doodle Woods. So what I think I'm going to do is instead I'm going to show off all the levels and try to get everything on the first run around, and then afterwards, it would help if you could actually hear the game, and afterwards it would be afterwards I'll do all the bosses in a single kind of boss rush, just to show them all off and kind of hand out or show off a main mechanic. And since mostly Emerald Passage and Topaz Passage are down, I think what I'm going to do is I might go either for Sapphire Passage or the Ruby Passage, and I'm thinking Ruby Passage. We're going to go first. Because the general theme for the Ruby Passage here is industrialization, factories, all that sort of stuff. And I think it has some of the duller levels in the game. I don't think it has as... it's not as vanilla or basic as the Emerald Passage, but there's always been something about this collection of levels that just kind of, while I look back and try to remember them, kind of always rub me the wrong way, and I honestly couldn't put my mind on why. So with that, we are going to get started with the Curious Factory. Now, part of me actually kind of wonders what makes this factory so, so curious. And I'm just double checking just to make sure. Yeah, this game, I think the game sounds pretty good. Hello, hello! Pink Rose Uni, how are you doing? But yeah, no, honestly, this OST is incredibly, oh shit, is incredibly, ouch, atmospheric. Just lying here on the computer lazy chair? Hey, that's sometimes the best way to enjoy your night. Jesse B, 12332. Hello again, how are you doing? But, yeah, no, there's always something just about... Yeah, no, I kind of forgot how, what's I'm looking for here? I've kind of forgot how, like, oddly depressing this soundtrack is, and I'm gonna die. Ouch. I've been doing good. Just finished off replaying the Paper Mario 1000 Year Door replay, and just as a quick little in-between project, I figured I'd replay 1000 Year Door. Oh yeah, no, or sorry, Wario Land 4. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that VODs are a thing. But no, it was really nice to replay the 1000 Year Door, and the replay itself, or the remake, it's incredibly well done for what it was. The only nitpick I had was honestly just the audio quality, or the sound design. Not really the audio quality itself. Ouch. Oh. Okay, that's a first. I haven't died in one of these games, or in this game in ages. I think that's the first death of the playthrough. So, the curious thing about the factory, it kills me. You know, you can probably say something about, the cat and whatnot, but, I think that'd be a little too on the nose. But yeah, how have you been? Unfortunately, I haven't really kept up with any of your projects, but has the streaming going good on your end? Saw 2 movie. Nice! Ooh. Yeah, you know what? I really should watch. I really should be watching some more movies, but again, it's always a time investment. The new Alien movie. I've heard some pretty good things about. The new Alien movies, but hold on. Is Beetlejuice 2 like the sequel to like the first Beetlejuice, like way back, starring Jack Nicholson, or is it like, oh, that's. I'm honestly surprised they went that route. Like, did they recast him? Oh, wrong guy. Who played Beetlejuice then? If I remember correctly, this is what you're actually supposed to do. I don't know, maybe it's just because Jack Nicholson plays, like, your typical crazy guy, But... You mean Michael Keaton? Ah! So, I guess... Funny thing, I've never seen the first Beetlejuice movie. I have never seen it. I've seen, like, bits and pieces of it, but I've never... ever, like, touched or looked at, I've just never seen it, never gone around to it. It's on Max. Oh, HBO Max. Huh. Fortunately, I don't really have that much in the way of, I don't have much in the way of, like, streaming services, so... yeah, so unfortunately, like, I don't think I'll be watching anytime soon. Or, I can probably find a way to, pick it up somewhere. And I think the question of the night is, would you abuse the elderly for a diamond the size of your body? Robo-Boy! Or, oh no, Robo Z Hunter! How have you been? Yeah, it has been a while. How are things going for you? No, just finishing up or touching up WarioWare. Or Wario, wow. It's sad that I keep thinking WarioWare when I keep thinking for this game, because again, just WarioWare's kind of became like Wario's thing now. But yeah, now talking about how the fact I've never seen any of the, like, I've never seen Beetlejuice, which is weird, because it's kind of like, that cult classy thing, but how have you been? Oh. Ouch. Okay, you know what? No, I'm going back. Take 2. Let's... Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna take... Oh, no! Got it. Okay, I'm just gonna... take the run back and just go. Doing great. You seem to like the Wario series games quite a lot. It's weird. It's sheer coincidence, okay? Oh, yeah, I finally ended up beating that rabbit. I'm putting Wario... But I'm finally at Wario, and I'm just going to be putting that game on hold. For the time being. Maybe if I have, like, some... Like, if I need, like, a quickie at some point and just something between projects. But honestly, the whole reason I ended up playing Wario Land 4 is just sheer coincidence. And the fact that, during September in, like, particular, I tend to get really nostalgic about games I grew up with. And this happened to be, like, my favorite Game Boy game. So, I just kind of figured it would be, you know... I just kind of figured for, like, a, you know, 2 or 3 stream game, it'd be something I'd be meaning to replay and just go through it. But no, I see, like, what's going on. I've played a total... Of all the games I've, like, completed, most of them have been vaguely Wario-themed. I really can't explain why at this point. It just happens to be that... it just happens to be what... Oh, thank God, a heart. I am trying not to get bit. Yeah, I just happen to have been pretty Wario-themed as it goes. But yeah, no, just this I keep forgetting, if there's one thing I actually want to say about this game, and it'd be on record, I love this game's soundtrack so much, but... Whoop. But the thing is, it's just stuck on the, it is stuck on the Game Boy sound chip. Like, I would love someone to, like, make an entire, like, remix of, like, this game's soundtrack. Okay, throw it. Okay, so that's where that's supposed to be. Good. But yeah, no, it's like... The only way I can describe would be, imagine if Mozart had a set of tin cans. This Wario game seems to have actual consequences. Yeah, this is the first Wario Land game that actually has a health system. And at least to my knowledge, I've only partially played through, I think, at least 3. Either 2 or 3. But yeah, no, this is, I think, the first Wario Land game. Well, there is Wario Land 1, where it's, you know, kind of a bully, where Wario just kind of bullies us. Oh, are you kidding me? I didn't spot it on screen. So I didn't spawn the breakable block on screen there. So the rock just kind of bounced off it. Dang it. Yeah, I've never played the very first Wario Land game. And again, I know that one had a more like a typical... It was like a... I know. It was like a Mario game for what I can like recall or see from gameplay. Where you gotta like bully your way through the level instead of, you know... Ah, shit. Instead of just, you know, try to run, jump, and move all the way through. But this one I think is like where it kind of came into... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, you pretty much nailed it. Yeah, no, that's pretty much the game. Yeah. I actually didn't know that, I know they lost money. I can't remember which one it is. I had it on a 3DS for a bit because it just happened to be a free download at the time. And I legitimately can't remember if it's 2 or 3. You had... The thing that kind of... I can, like, visualize it. The level would kind of, like, branch off. If, depending on how you finished it. Oh, no, I am not falling for that again. Depending on, like, how you complete it, you could, like, unlock other levels or stages. I can't remember what that one is off the top of my head. But no, I just happened to find this game in, at, like, a local, like, at a local EB Games. Now known as, GameStop. And, yeah, no, it just stuck with me ever since. It's just a game I've been really wanting to play through. But yeah, this one actually does have consequences. You run out of health, you will get ejected from the level. And this level is kicking my ass. GameStop was called EB Games. Okay, I didn't know if that was like a... I didn't know if that was a... like a regional thing. Like, ouch. Like where I had the company got bought out. And then renamed because it went under different ownership, or if that was always the case. There's the second puzzle piece. Now, one thing I do want to note about the, Oh. Like, I know that this is, like, a power... Oh, no. Okay, get to the... Nope, I just, Canadians can be in space, but yeah. Yep, from, up north. Okay, hopefully I didn't royally screw myself out of puzzles here. Ouch. Okay, I should probably not die. Don't forget, Funko Land. Funko Land. I am... Oh, okay. I have no idea what, I have no idea what a Funko Land is. Like, was that like a, was that a regional... The beta of GameStop. Okay. Wee! Okay, this is one of these places I actually don't want to... This is the first time in a Wario Land game in ages I can think about not wanting to take too much damage. Lots of store locations go over my head sometimes. I mean, to be fair, yeah, every store out there, there's like, okay, you know what, I'm taking this health. Wario can torch, please get there. Oh, whew. Yeah, like, I know in the States you guys, like, have a bunch of regional stores. Aside from, like, you know, GameStop. But I generally don't know. If you die in this game, you pretty much get booted out of the level, and you get kicked back out to the start, you lose all your gold, and any of the puzzle pieces, or any of the puzzle pieces, any of the CDs, items, or... I want to make it to the end. That you have with you get booted out, and you essentially have to replay the level again. You have unlimited lives, which, you know what? You know, I might get flack for saying this. I don't want to sound... Oh, you also lose Keyser. Ooh. But, I generally think that lives, especially in this day and age, I don't want to say it's an outdated design, because, it, like, you know, you have to have, like, an end state of some degree. But, you know, just being able to, just being completely, okay, I fell through the same hole, like, 5 times, and I can't remember. Like, if you die and get set back, like, to the beginning of a game or something, in this day and age where, you know, we have... Holy shit, I can't fall down the right hole to save my ass. But when I'm trying to, like, make the jump and get through, I fall through it, like, effortlessly. But, yeah, no, like, it feels, in this day and age, it just kind of feels kinda out of date? I don't think it's maybe the right word for what I'm going for here. But, I'm not sure if it's the right word I'm going for here, like, dated. No, I totally get it. I played Sonic Adventure, like, the 3rd billionth time and realized how demos have lives. Yeah, exactly! Yeah, exactly. Like, again, in the older days where, you know, games were, like, really, really short, so in order to, like, finish it up, you actually had to... Whoa! No, okay. Damage boost. I'll just take the heart. Or, yeah. You know what? I've actually played... Oh, mother... Ah! Well, Robo, you get to see what happens, when you die in a level. Wow, this Curious Factory is curiously kicking my ass. But no, I played a lot of Sonic Adventure as a kid. I actually do plan on playing through it sometime down the line. But another thing I also, like, in a similar vein, I have never played Sonic Adventure 2. Just could never get a hold of it. Up until, like, recently. When it finally, like, released on Steam. So, I might be doing that at some point in the future. I can't say when. But yeah, no. Like, even, like, I hate to, like, give the whole, oh, Dark Souls from Software game, like, spiel about difficulty in game design. Just because it's been done to death. But, it's just nice... They don't have limited lives anymore. If you could just have, like, a space to, like, restart from, a progress, like, track from, why bother booting someone to the back of the game these days? The only time lives feel like an actual threat... The only time lives actually meant... meant to feel like a threat was when the game actively gives you limited continues. Yeah, and even then, like, at that point, like... And even then, limited continues for me, it seems to, you know... It seems to be more of a bygone era of game design. Ah, well, great. And just where, you know, it extends the game's, like, light, or, you know, game time, playtime. Which, I mean, if you're making, like, a challenging game that you're meant to get through in one sitting, I get it. If that's, like, your end goal. But I feel like, again, a lot of roguelikes have kind of, like, hit that niche where, you know, you need to get challenging, you have, like, limited progression. There we go. But, yeah, no, it's... At some point, it feels like the game wastes your time, and I think that's, like, the biggest, for me, I think that's one of the biggest offenses a game can make, is wasting your time. Aside from either being just forgettable and being actively annoying without purpose. Like, there's annoying sections in other games that are, you know, that are just meant to, like, either guide you somewhere or do something. But when it's just, you know, kind of there, it always, like, cheeses me off a little. But, yeah, no, just... I'm kind of glad this game doesn't have a life system, and honestly, it kind of makes some, older games, like, harder to go back through. Like, when I was, playing through Vector Man, a while ago, one of the, big things, at least for the first game, there's this one enemy that, like, had a hitbox in, like, a very weird spot you wouldn't expect to, like, hit it at. And if I wasn't using, bookmarks just to, you know, try to keep track of my progress at the start of the level, I would have had to replay the game several times. And, you know, not mess up along the way. Which, you know, back in the days where, you know, you couldn't quite get anywhere. Okay, that's, like, a good thing. It, you know, would expand, you know, increase the game's longevity, but in this day and age, it's just like, let me try again from here. Arcade games encourages you to get good from active gameplay. From active replay. Okay. Arcade games that encourage you to get good from active replay is the game where life seems to really have a purpose. But a game like Mario 64, which sends you to the title screen, it's annoying because who wants to walk all the way back to the third floor just to go back to tick-tock clock? Yes. 100%, honestly. Shit. 100%, like... Maybe it's... I don't know, maybe it's because I, like, have no patience. But again, it's just, like, the meandering backtracking and everything that just makes me want to go, ugh. But honestly, this level right here, I've just been replaying, like, this game in years. And, Curious Factory so far has been giving me the most, hassle so far. Also, I want to throw this out. Another reason why I want to pick up this game was because, the fact that Pizza Tower really took off. I guess that game can cook off, too. But no, it kind of made me realize how much I miss this game's gameplay loop. Of, you know, explore, get to the end, and then, you know, get stuff afterwards. But no, that game also, it also made me really nostalgic for, oh, shit, okay, good. It also made me really nostalgic for this. But, if there's one other thing, like, one fun tidbit I also like about Wario Land 4, someone actually made a book about every room in the game and kind of pointing out how it's designed. A part of me kind of wants to pick it up. I don't know if it'd be a good read, but there we go. I don't know if it'd be like a good read or anything, but just the fact that, again, this is one of those games that can like get that level of dissection. It's nice to look at. It's funny it's funny how when I was a kid I really didn't mind the lives as much as I but the moment I play a bunch of Nintendo games again after some time, yeah, lives just kind of died, and even something like Mario Wonder has it. Really doesn't need lives, but yeah, it's like, it does seem like it's grandfathered in. Like, you know, sometimes, like, mechanics or something, in any, like, system, game, anything really, you're gonna get some, like, vestigial, you know, parts of it that just kind of stick around due to, like, legacy. But, yeah, no, maybe it's just because, you know, I have less time in my hands as I did when I was a kid, or my patience has been rotted away, but, no, I don't dislike them. Yeah, there's we kind of ran out of lives on that one. But dumps. But, yeah, no, with, if there's one thing about Wario Land 4, like, I've been saying this, I love this game's soundtrack, and I kind of, if there's one thing I wasn't expecting this game's soundtrack to be, it was atmospheric. Shit. Like, this does kind of, like, this soundtrack here does sound like a soulless, you know... I needed fire for that, didn't I? This place really does sound like a soulless abandoned factory in the middle of nowhere. Just, you know, the machines just monotonously... Okay, no, I need to do that. The machines just monotonously, you know, doing their task for, you know, no real end purpose. And, like, nearly every single... I really need to look at the composer for this game, because every single track in this game really hits the mood for the levels. It's something that's always, like, stuck with me. Even after playing it. Like, there are themes of this game that I will still hum to this day. Just, you know, out of casual boredom, or just because they've been earworms for that long. So, yeah, no, if there's another thing that just made me want to return to this, it is definitely the soundtrack. Yeah, I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation. Shit. Okay, where's the other pyromaniac I need to... There we go. Oh, no. Well, damn it. Ryoji Yoshitomi? Ryoji Yoshitomi? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I mean, honestly, I might have to look up, some of their work after this, because, like, or what else they were credited in, because, like, damn, they did a really good job here. You know what? Same. Like, the last Wario Land game was Shake It, and, I know how Nintendo has kind of been, I don't need the heart, I don't need it. Like, it's... Like, yeah, no, where was I? Right. Yeah, Wario Land 4, or Wario Land Shake It was the last game done. And I ended up running that game and playing through it at one point. But it's... That game was gorgeous, by the way. But, yeah, no, I'm just kind of missing that gameplay loop. And sure, other indie games have been picking up the slack, but I'd like to see another first-party attempt on that. Yeah, even Metroid got... Yeah, no, Metroid Dread, and then Prime 4 apparently is back in development, or still being, like, you know... It's still being developed for this day. So, like, I would not be... I think it's high time that Wario gets, like, another Wario game that isn't, you know, just the micro games. Which, again, I don't dislike the Wario Land games, or WarioWare games. Yeah, no, I know it was Oh, they finally had a full-on... Was there finally, like, a full-on gameplay reveal trailer, or did they just update some announcements? Because last I heard, it was announced years ago, then it was, okay, let's see if I can at least find a machine to plot me back to normal. It was revealed, no word was ever made of it then, and then it got revealed again. And last I heard, it was just clarification, and come on, please. Please. Oh! One of the main direct show gameplay footage of Prime 4. I did not know that. Okay, please, there's the last puzzle piece here. Nope, the CD's here, though. Okay, I did not know that. Like, I've never played any of the Prime games. But even, I know that they're beloved. Anything down here? Anything down here but a fail state? And from that, I say, is how Nintendo's still milking the Switch. Oh, that's where it is. Okay. Okay, I need that puzzle piece. Like, I keep thinking, like, oh, it shouldn't be... I keep thinking, oh, the Switch still has some lifeblood left, and it wasn't released that long ago. It was released, what, 8 years ago? God, what happens to time? Okay, there we go. This is the last puzzle piece that we needed. This place is 100% complete, and now I have 1 minute to get the hell out of Dodge. Okay, maybe once Dodge, you know, recompresses Wario's spine. But I'm near the beginning of the level, and after a ton of setbacks, I think I'm finally good, and this level's been 100%ed. So let's get out of here, and... yeah, okay, we're good. We got this. Yeah, no, like, I keep saying, yeah, why does Nintendo... every time we hear rumors about the Switch 2, it's like, why do we need... yes, okay, so if you're not familiar with how the how this works, you get to the end of the level, you have to, and throughout the level, you have to find the mandatory 4 puzzle pieces, that makes a little emblem here, and you gotta find the key ghost here named Keezer. Keezer unlocks the next level. Each of the levels in a passage have the 4 puzzle pieces that go in the door here, and after that, it unlocks the boss. Once you get to the end of the level, you hit the little frog switch, and then you gotta book it out of there. If you fail to make it out on time, the timer will start knocking down your coins until you get nothing, and then it boots you from the level once you go bankrupt. And that's the basic gameplay loop. It doesn't, like, instantly blow up like I thought it did. I thought it just instantly yoinked you because it's been so long. Oh, okay. Just before I forget, I love this level's theme. I wish this is one of these soundtracks I wish got a remix. Because I swear, if this was done in, like, the Doom engine or something, I could see this being a Doom song from, like, you know, the DOS era. But yeah, but back to that. That is basically the gameplay loop of the Wario Land games. Or at least for Wario Land 4. Honestly, a fun little mix that, aside from Shake It and some more recent indie games, hasn't really been touched lately. But no, I'm a sucker for, like, a good electric bass or a decent bass line. And again, this is on the Game Boy sound chip. It's not known for not being that good of a... its audio is known for not being that good. So the fact that this goes as hard as it does on such limited hardware is honestly impressive to me. I also love how one of the enemy designs here for this level. I don't think it shows up anywhere else. Well, into the water we go. Whoa, Wario's trying to go viral with the CRT. Is that a fad? Are people actually doing that? No, no, don't... please tell me that's a joke. Please tell me that is just a joke. Please tell me people aren't actually smashing CRT TVs. Okay, I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna stop trying to kill the intoxicated wildlife. Okay, get over here. But yeah, just... I mean, some people did something like that in the early days in the internet. Okay, okay. So it's not a fad where people are going to try to find, like, you know, older CRTs, which are probably some of the best ways to experience, you know, some older stuff. And just, you know, smashing them for just the sake of viral fame. Okay, that's a relief. I'm not going to lie. Like, I remember the early days of the internet. Like, again, you get all those, like, angry, like, game reviewers who'd, like, destroy copies of games. I don't know, deep down, some people actually just straight out wipe those off the face of the planet, which, as someone who, you know, who likes to keep games intact and, you know, likes a bit of preservation here and there, yes, I'm literally destroying these just because they're there. It does kind of make me, like, cringe a little. Not because of, like, quality of content, but again, just... you know, game preservation's been kind of in vogue lately. So, just seeing that in general. Okay, so this is where I need to go through. Yeah, like, AVGN does fake do it. Like, that I know he fakes it, but again, for, like, especially at that time, for, you know, every person who take the time to, you know, like, fake it or, you know, there we go. You know, like do a duplicate or a plastic molding or something. At that point in time, there was people who I generally would, who I would generally expect to, like, you know, just take a good old sledgehammer to them. Anyway, there's the next puzzle piece. And this is just... I just realized what Wario is exactly swimming in. And a part of me is wondering, one, how hasn't he gotten, like, okay, so this isn't... Ouch! This isn't the right way. Yeah, but for every person, especially like in those days, who did it, you know, faked it out, there was probably at least 1 or 2 people who actually just, you know, ripped apart older cartridges. Okay, let's see if I... Ow! Nope. Wrong spot. He's swimming in what? Well, I mean, it's dirty industrial runoff. So swimming in what is... You know what? Yeah, he is swimming in what? Ugh. Like, look, broken down cars, motor oil, old plastics, probably human shit somewhere in here. I mean, these things have to use the bathroom at some point. Ugh. Like, I'd say that I don't have that much in the way of limits when it comes to, like, getting a certain, you know... Sometimes if you need to, like, you know, plunder an ancient pyramid, you're gonna have to swim through shit water, but, he probably is gonna need to get a bunch of, like, vaccines or something, or, you know, medication after he's done here. Because, like, this is effectively sewage runoff. Now, if only I could figure out which one of these I gotta break. There we are. Yeah, no, that's just something I would not want to be swimming in. I also love how, okay, this enemy's design's actually hilariously amazing. It's literally just a bottle on legs with a spike taped to it. Like, there's, like... The enemy design in this game, there's 2 that really stuck out. One was, like, the dice enemies from, the Topaz Passage, which are just, you know, little dice guys, little dice fellas. Okay, I gotta do this very carefully. Okay, good. Pick you up, and this should work. Oh, no, never mind, I overthought it. But no, sometimes it just, you know, the principle of, like, keeping the stuff simple. It's a simple design, but you know what? It's funny. Okay, I am going... Okay, I know exactly what I need to do here. Okay, this is actually going to be really good for my health. But no, honestly, I kind of love how, I really love this, these, like, little passages here. Aside from just them being fun puzzles, there's something relaxing about a room like this. Like, I can just, you know, sit here in one of these rooms for a bit. Like, take a breather, you know, sit back, you know, maybe grab a drink, a book or something, and just kind of chill there for a couple minutes, you know? Before, you know, you get back to smashing the crap out of CRTs with, you know, your bare fists. So there's the key. I'm probably gonna have to replay this level because I am missing... How did I miss all of the puzzle pieces? What the heck? Okay, so plan B. I need you to make me fat. Please. Please. Okay, good. So I think this is the right way to go about it. There we are. Okay, there we go. And don't think about swimming in the shit water. This seems like a good spot as I need to jump up. Oh no. Okay, so I actually have to aim through for the center here. Oh, look at that. The spike retracts. The spike retracts if you knock it over. That's funny. So I'm gonna say about here. Yeah, about here. Do I have enough time to correct course? No, I don't! Damn it! Okay. Take 2. Hopefully I don't that could have been bad. So I think here, was it? Yeah, it was about here. There we go, right on the dot this time. So, yeah, time to see if I can at least find any of the other puzzle pieces on the way out. Crap, maze. Is there anything else here? No, no, please tell me this isn't a dead end. Okay, it was just a... Oh, that was literally to reset the room. Okay. Now, you know what? One other thing to note about the dash. If you go fast enough, you'll just keep crashing through things. So, yeah, this is a level I'm going to need to replay. As much as I'd love to sit back and collect... I know. They're pennies, but they're worth 50 cents. Now, how useful would, like, a 50-cent or half-denomination coin be? This game looks like a Metro game. I'm gonna say this era kind of does give me, like, Metroid-y, at least sci-fi vibes. Either that or it's just, you know, the Game Boy aesthetic, you know? Like, you know how you can, like, make something that's, like, vaguely 8-bit? Oh. Looks like jury's out on the Metroid resemblance in chat. Okay, let's go for the run. There we go. Okay, so we're back at the beginning of the level. And I missed out on literally everything here. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Yeah, I missed out on everything. So I'm going to have to replay this level at some point. So for now, we'll at least show off all the other levels, see how far I can get in each of them. Okay, never mind, we found one. We found one of the levels here. Now just the move set. The dashing that makes it... Okay, see what you're getting at here. Okay, yeah, no, Wario's dashes giving you, like, Shine Spark vibes. Okay, I can kind of see that. There we go, 18 seconds to spare. Yeah, okay, I can kind of see the Shine Spark. And again, I hate to reference Pizza Tower. It's a good game, and it does take a lot from this. But that game actually straight up gave the main character, you know, the Shine Spark, where he can, like, run, crouch, store up the power, then do a super jump. Also, oh, and the self-destruct sequence that happens just... You know, I've never actually noticed those comparisons before. Now, there's something about the stage. This stage is called 40 below fridge. I don't know if this is supposed to be 40 below Celsius or 40 below Fahrenheit. Because, like, if it's 40 below Celsius, like, yeah, that's actually really freaking cold. Like, extremely cold. Please bundle up. But if it's 40 degrees Celsius, it's like... eh? Or it's 40 degree Fahrenheit, it's just kind of... eh? But no, huh. I actually never noticed these, little diodes in the background. I mean, whatever you want to call, like, these electrical, these, like, little electrical panels. Or vacuum tubes, almost. Also, having a fridge be like your Resident Ice level, I think that's actually a pretty cool design, or idea. Metroid... I've heard some people describe the Wario Land games as Metroidvanias of sorts. Okay, so yeah, that was the third game, then. Because in the third game, depending on, like, how you complete the level, depends on, you know, what level you get to next. And the levels are more larger and more map-like, rather than... These more self-contained little platforming challenges than what I think was in the previous games. Because, like one of my favorite parts from, I think it was Wario Land 3, one of the levels is, basically Wario has to wake up, and you gotta wake him up from his, sleep. If you decide not to wake him up, you get a completely different level because, through, like, plot contrivance, his castle's flooding. So you can just sleep through your alarm and just have a completely different level. There's probably some life lesson there, but I couldn't figure out what it is. Okay. So there's a difference between being frozen, ugh, and between being covered in snow. Good to know. Ugh. I mean, it's a good thing that... Sir, could you please stop that? Love how stupid the idea is. The being frozen or just your ice level being a fridge. Now, how am I going to... Yeah, I can't get the other way. So yeah, being covered in snow and just being completely frozen. Turns out they're two separate status conditions. Sleeping through a whole level to get to it to starve a different level. Okay, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I love that. I think that's amazing. That is a stupidly amazing idea. I'm glad they went through with it. Now, So it looks like I need to actually go through this door. Yeah, unfortunately I don't remember much about 40 Below Fridge, aside from the title. I would have thought about unless they were either A, eat something while the game was on, or B, look it up. I mean, it's not the most cryptic thing I can think of, because, you know, people sleep through alarms all the time. I'm sure, because I know you enjoy the Pokemon series, just how cryptic some of the evolution methods are, or getting something like Feebas, or, you know, whoever discovered that how to make Inkay evolved. Like, okay, that you'd have to be either messing with, looking up, or, again, through sheer inane stuff. I think sleeping in through... Oh, okay, so that's how I get that. I think, you know, figuring out they can sleep through your alarm, kind of pieces it together. I think once you beat the main game... There we are. On, like, complete the game on one route, it'll show you actually, like, a map of, like, where levels intersect. And since the first level would intersect in several ways... It's stupid, but it's the funny kind of stupid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I'm in the same boat as you here. Let's try hopping over this way. But... Yeah, no, I mean... If there was other, like, ways to, like, No, please don't stab me. There's, like, another way, like, to transfer over levels, in, like, a fun way. I think that one takes the cake. I'm trying to think of, like, other levels, or other, like, level transitions off the top of my head that are, like, that inventive. Yeah, nothing really comes to... Jerk. Nothing really comes to mind. But I think I know how to get to, I think I know how to get down in that pipe. That should be high enough. Yep. There we go. Oh, I forgot you existed. Yeah, there's some designs that I find, like, endearing for how simple they are here, and there's also ones that just make me... Yeah, just this. How about crouching near a wall till a tornado swoops in? Okay, that's just infuriatingly cryptic. You know, that is old school Castlevania 2 level of cryptic. That has been memed on to death. Hopefully I don't hit the same one. Oh, and you must equip a special item. Yeah, like... That's the thing. There's cryptic, but it's not, you know, fun cryptic. You know what I mean? Now, how do I go for a long shot? Nope. In case anyone Jerk. In case anyone hasn't noticed yet, I'm absolutely terrible at basketball. Okay, maybe I should learn from my mistakes and stop doing that. So, part of me is one... So that's where the bird came... Is this bird, like... Is this bird in particular, like, known for something? Because, like, I'm completely lost. I mean, this is just, like... Kind of looks like a Tamagotchi to me, almost. Think, like, one of the one that was, Okay, what am I doing here? Yeah, it does look weirdly familiar. Okay, if I can hit that... Now, why can't I go long? Oh, I did it! I did it! Good! Okay, I can retire my basketball career in shame and never have to worry about that again. I'm just glad we didn't have to throw the old man a bunch of times to get that. Oh hey, this game actually has ice physics. Now, a part of me was, are you trying to get the ending? Are you trying to get the best ending where you get a kiss from a hot woman? I mean, I'm gonna try to get the best ending. Once I go through the bosses, I'll kind of explain a bit more what Rollboy's going through here, or what he's going for, or what he means by that. Did Wario just say ow? But yeah, I mean, of course I'm gonna go for the best ending. Okay, it's not like Wario's getting any money out of this. He might as well... Okay, I just realized that this could sound really bad. But you know what? Why not go for the best ending? I mean, the difference is just, you know, how well you perform. Now, why don't we try... Okay, so we need this. Now, hopefully... Come on. Hopefully I can actually make the jump. Yep, there we... Huh. So they made a horizontal ladder. That's actually kind of neat. Oh, hey, we're back here. So that leads us here. Will this lead to anything else? You know, people... There's something about falling icicles. Like, it seems like one of those, like, I think for a lot of people, it's straight as, like, a comically average or, you know, just kind of underplayed, you know, hazard. But don't let that, like, fool you at all. Like, falling icicles can and will, like, you can die from it. It is something that can and will mess you up. Okay, no, even this bit is a bit metro... Okay, so I probably want to see where the connection is. The... Jackass! Bite-sized levels that you find to explore stuff. I mean, I really wouldn't consider that, like, Metroidvania-y. Mostly for the fact that, again, when I think of, like, Metroidvania, just, you know, one larger hub world. I swear if this Yeti... This Yeti is gonna regret-y. Okay, yeah, no, had to get that one out of the way. And I think for me, like, a Metroidvania is, like, primarily defined by being, like, a larger hub world. And again, like, at that point, where do you draw the line? Like, it does... Oh. Like, every level, like, game that has, like, enough exploration be more Metroidvania-y, or... Maybe not full Metroidvania, but there's a little bit of will be a little of DDNA. You know what, you know what, I'm picking that up. I get what you're saying. Ouch! Shitter. No, you know what, I can get that. Oh, wait, what? Oh, is this going on Donkey Kong physics now? Or not Donkey Kong, Pac-Man physics? No. Okay, there's something about, like, infinite loops. Like, levels that infinitely loop like this, there's always something that just kind of... They break my brain a little bit. Yeah, just anything that's non-Euclidean... I had this spelled out, literally spelled out for me one other time. Non-Euclidean, like, level design here that just makes my head, like, kind of spin a bit. Now, if I fall this way... Can I make this jump? No, I cannot. And this is not where I want to be. Where I want to be... Where do I want to be? Yeah, that does hurt. Wow, Game Boy games sometimes have a design to it that is made to piss people off. I mean, I wouldn't say it pisses me off, it just hurt the fact that I could see the ice off screen. Yeah, no, that's the sad part about Game Boy games. Like, they're meant to be portable, so you gotta have larger sprites and everything in order to, you know, accommodate the player. Just, you know, moving around. But it does lead to, you know, kind of bullshit like that. I mean, could I have probably have made the jump? Okay. Nope, nope, nope. We slipping. Okay. Ooh. So I know they're here, and I know I gotta be careful. Oh, there we go. Huh, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about that ice falling sound. Like, I know what they're trying to do with it, it's just... it always sounded more, like, robotic. Like, I know it's supposed to be like a... sort of thing. But for me, it just sounds like a robot just kind of, like, moving. Okay, so I definitely can't make that jump. So we'll try doing some basic platforming. Oh, so that doesn't even count. So this literally that was literally just a dead end in the water there. There we go. Okay, I really need to not get hit by this, or any of this. Ah! As soon as I said that. Okay, dust it off, try us again, not get lost in this fridge. You know, a part of me kind of wonders. Okay, we have, like, massive warehouses, you know, just to store stuff, and, you know, like, the entire logistics thing of, you know, just moving parts and, you know, moving stuff and getting shipments in. A part of me wonders if there's, like, industrial freezers that are, like, this big. Like, I mean, just the cost to keep it cool alone would be, you know, monumental. But, I mean... Would a facility like this feasibly exist? And the question is, would it be, I don't know, cheaper than, like, moving somewhere in, like, moving somewhere where it'd just be naturally cold? Yeah, I make a lot of metric comparisons. The reason I do this because some of this reminds me when I played Fusion. There's a few levels having me stuck for a bit, wondering where the hell am I supposed to break this block or to get past the level, just so I can upgrade my item. Okay, I get that. Unfortunately, that tends to happen for me for most games that have, like, a bit of exploration. Because, like, I'm dense as hell. Like, I have the situational awareness of a dead trout. So I will tend to get stuck some places and just kind of miss the obvious cue. But yeah, no, I get the vibe that I totally get that vibe. And hey, some games will just, you know... Some games, I think, just trigger certain, like, emotions. Fusion's also the most linear of the series. Okay, I never knew that. I did not know that. Yeah, unfortunately, the only Metroid game I've ever played was, Super Metroid. Okay, you know what? Let's see if I can... Nope. At least I can get them to friendly fire each other. So we are going to... There's only the one way to go through here. Yeah, no, like... Super, like... Even to this day, I still say Super holds up. I know this is probably... It's a take as cold as this fridge, but I think Super still holds up, like, as a game. Like, I'm not sure if you can get away with it selling it at, like, full price. But I could easily see it being, like, a $30, $40 indie game this day and age. I could totally see, you know, that happening. So before I go up there, let's see if I can take this route. Nope. But no, Super just... I think... Maybe just because I'm biased as all hell, which, you know what, is probably most likely the case. But I think, like, a lot of Super Nintendo games, the ones that, like, separate the goods from the greats, just tend to have, like, some of the best atmosphere and, like, visual design. Oh, yeah, no, that, yeah, no, that room that teaches you how to wall jump. if I was playing that game as a kid and I did not have the internet to look things up, I'd be stuck there. I would be completely stuck in that room. That's like the first beginner trap that I can really like put my that I can really like point out. But yeah, like Super Metroid, the one thing that sticks out for me is that game has superb like atmosphere, especially for the era. Like Super Metroid, or like the original Metroid, from what I've seen, like it felt like it was kind of stuck, or not really stuck, held back by the NES. It's just color palette. But no, that game truly feels both dark and alone. Wall jump in Metroid's so specific, but Super Wall Jump's just strict, even when playing on a CR2 with like 0 input lag. Yeah, no, like, I'm surprised, like, half the shit that speedrunners are able to get away with, like, holy crap, they have my respect for that. Because, like, I just tried to, like, do it a little bit to cheese some stuff here and there. I have no idea how people can pull that shit off consistently. And that's not even getting to stuff where you get, like, full-on randomizers, where, you know, literally everything is, you know, different. And they go through, like, that extreme, and you have to know how to, like, break the game in half. Just some of that shit is, honestly, still incredibly impressive. Oh no, I gotta return to my short-lived baseball career. Respect speedrunners more when, when they're so good at the game they can play it even on laggy emulators. Ooh, yeah, no, that is... I'm actually not sure, like... Now, hear me out on this. Like, again, if you know a game well enough that the timings are off, I can get that. I get the feeling that it's one of those things where if you start... Ow, my head. Or if, like, you started playing the game on an emulator, like, you get used to it, you kind of, like, you kind of adjust the lag and adjust, like, the shit factor to some degree. But then, you know, you start playing it on, you know, proper timing, you know, it's the whole, they take off the training weights, and, you know, they're truly free and can respond, and all that stuff. But yeah, no, especially when you have to do frame-perfect stuff, and again, the medium you're playing it on just doesn't, you know, give you the frames to do it. Yeah, no, it's a hell of a lot harder. Now, it would probably help if I remembered which okay, this is a staircase. There we go. So one chunk of the puzzle piece, so we're fairly caught up. And now we're caught in this, Euclidean hell zone. Let's get covered in snow. Okay, so where does this lead us? This leads us back to square one. And this takes us all the way up here. So let's try looping around again. See if this will get us anywhere. Either that or it's just going to introduce us to, this... Yeah, no, so this just introduces us to this shit room. So this is one big looping Donkey Kong Pac-Man stuff. I can't even play in specific emulators anymore. Like, I just booted Sockbait Collection after 5 years, and it got me thinking I just can't play... That's the thing. The way I experienced a lot of, Sonic games was on, like, the Mega and Gems collection. So I have to ask, how good of, like, an emulator was that? Sonic 1 to 3 is hard. I've only ever beaten Sonic 3. Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I have never gotten, like, you know, a longer 3D blast. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, no. I don't think I've ever gotten anywhere on 3D blast. I managed to beat 3 in Knuckles, but I never got, like, Hypersonic or the Supersonic stuff. I think maybe I've gotten Supersonic. Yeah, I got all the regular Chaos Emeralds, just none of the, I want to call them, like, Hyper Emeralds, Master Emerald. Yeah, I've only managed to do one set of the bonus games on it. But Sonic 2, I've never beaten. I've gotten to, like, the last level on that. And Sonic the Hedgehog 1, I honestly don't want to play it. I just find that it's just missing. It really is missing a lot of the oomph that Sonic 2 had. I love the classic Sonic collections, like, okay, the Chaos Emerald hunting and stuff will throw people for a loop. I gotta say, Mega Collection and Classic Collection were my best friends. Yeah, no, you know what, I get that. I totally get that. So, yeah, no. I'm gonna say this one thing, just about, like, the Sonic series. The one thing I will give the first 3 games, again, it's... I don't think you can talk, like, Sonic without, you know, bringing up the whole Nintendo rivalry. I honestly think that the Sonic, like, 1 to 3 is actually, compared to, like, everything else Nintendo was putting out at the time, I honestly think it's, like, one of the best, like, lead... I think it's, like, one of the best, like, lead trilogies you could have had on the console at the time. Like, I think it just escalated itself really well. Funnily enough, CD, I think, is one of my favorite of those the earlier ones. I know I just said I can't play these collections anymore because I feel laggy, but I think, like, the main benefit back then is there's no other good Genesis emulator that was good back then. I mean, honestly, I'm very thankful for a lot of, like, those game collections. I'm really thankful for a lot of those game collections. Just because, like, that is how I These Yetis are pissing me off. Looks like I kind of need to cool down. On top of that, the introduction of save states really helps people of having the chance of getting the Chaos Emeralds. Yes! Hundreds of times, yes. I wish I thought about using those just to get through it. As a kid, I never actually got the whole save and load state feature. So, I never was able to do the Sonic 2 run through. Or use Reline and Blizzhawk. I'm actually not familiar. What's Blizzhawk? Hawk, what just hit me? Ouch. Yeah, I'm actually not familiar with Blizzhawk. Okay, let's get rid of this icy jackass. Okay, so plan 1. Dangle onto that ledge. Yeah, honestly, in that day and age, especially, and again, for, like, I was talking about game preservation earlier, like, those little collections, again, it's probably, like, the only way for a lot of people to, like, experience, like, a lot of those games for the first time. So, like, it's just, it's nice to get that experience, even if it isn't, like, the best, like, casual playthroughs. It does cheese me off that we don't really have much of those anymore. I'm just kind of against Rewind altogether, though. Like, yeah, I can use save state to cheat as well, but when it comes to Rewinds, it just feels like a cheap way to correct a mistake. For me, it depends. It really depends on, like, what the game you're going through here. I think most actually good designed games... Okay, where the heck are you coming from? I need... Wrong game. It adds humor in gaming when you rewind. I think that rewinding, for me, it's like the ultimate, like, it's the ultimate, like, fuck you switch. Like, if I feel like a game is not respecting my time, or not respecting my time, if I feel like a game is not playing fair, like, I'll give an example of, like, something like Kaizo Mario, which is just out to screw you over, then I feel perfectly fine using using Rewind. Or if, like, you're playing, let's say, through, like, I don't know, a ROM hack that's, you know, meant to be comedic. Or a ROM hack that's, you know, meant to be, whew, okay, that could be bad. We're playing through a ROM hack that's, like, let's say, it's meant to, you know, kind of jerk you around a bit. Then, yeah, no, for me, Rewind just works. But, when I just see, like, a regular Rewind in case, you know, you screwed up, and, like, the game's designed well enough where the failure state isn't a pain in the ass, then that's where I kind of find, like, really cheap. Because that one time when I was in college and someone rewinded the game just to beat me in a fighting game after getting their asses kicked a billion Okay, I have to ask, which fighting game? I'm actually kind of curious, because just... Imagine beating someone's ass so hard, they have to rewind time and space just to, you know, no longer deal with your shit. Now, what am I doing wrong here? This is the question of the year. So this, I'm gonna have to go down through one of these runs eventually. It was Virtual Fighter 2. I have a love-hate relationship with fighting games. Like, I want to like them. It's just I find a lot of the times the learning curve for a bunch of them just isn't worth the time in. That being said, I think they have some of the best character designs out there, and I love their systems. And I also really do like how they, kind of, like, capture some parts of, like, you know, fighting to a degree. Like, they capture both, you know, the whole you gotta train up, you gotta, you know, learn how to actually do the stuff. And then once that's done, you then get to the fun mind games of it. Someone brought their Xbox One with the Genesis Collection. He said opportunity to flex how good I can be at retro games. Oh, that kind of reminds me, a friend of mine, she was, casually learned how to do a, what was it? Speedrun of Legend of Zelda Link to the Past. And it got to the point where I was, you know, just, you know, at a little, like, barcade with her at the time. And, you know, we're just shooting the shit. She shows off the speed run. And I'm saying there, like, okay, you know what? Why don't you, you know, hustle that? Like, bet people, you should bet that people that you can beat a game in, like, X amount of time who aren't familiar with it, and then, like, get drinks off of that or something. I don't know if they ever took that. I don't know if they ever took me up on that offer. Or they ever started to go through with it. I don't think they did. But sometimes it's just little shit like that, where you know, there's like a niche little thing that you're really good at, where you can just, you know, where you can just have those like opportunities to flex on people. And I feel like it can be very fun if you, you know, you have a bit of showmanship to it. I mean, I think that's where, I mean, you get a lot of that, like, games done quick. I mean, that's where half the fun is. Where, you know, you get the people who really... Oh my god! Wow. I can't believe that it took me that long for it to click. Holy shit, okay. Jeez, plants a line there. Yeah, I just figured that out. Holy crap. It has been a long time since I played this game. I completely forget how this level's laid out. No, you want to tell me, but you thought I knew. No, it completely slipped my mind. Thank you for not backseating, by the way. No, wow, that is actually kind of embarrassing. But no, it just didn't even register for me. Completely nothing there. You know how I said I could be, like, kind of dense? Like, yeah, that's where it was. Yeah, no, wow, that's, wow. Now, let's see, can you... Let's see if at the very least, if I go on the right hills... No, we're going this way? Okay. Now, where's this okay, we do not want to go through here, because I want to see if I can get some more money. Ah! Ouch. Or, you know what, maybe I just don't piss off the local refrigerating unit. Okay, I know that there's okay, there we go. So at least we get 2 out of this. Okay, I know one thing I've just been kind of doing, like, to kill some time, like, here or there, like, while I'm waiting for something to microwave. Or, you know, those, you know, little experts react videos just where I need, like, to kill 5 minutes. Don't worry, it's like I said, that this game really has all these Metroid moments that just sort of keeps getting me pissed here and there. Yeah, you know what? Oh, wait. So I need to get in there at some point. All these sort of Metroid moments that keeps me getting... Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. You were, that's it. You were completely fine with it. Okay, you, I'm gonna steal. I also love, one thing I like, this game actually does give enemies, like, certain weight. Like, this enemy is actually heavier than, everything else. So, with that, Wario will actually move a little slower. But right now, I'm gonna need you to actually freeze me. There we go. Honestly, of all the puzzles, I think this was one of the easier ones. Now, if I roll this way... Okay, so now I know where... Okay, now I know where I gotta roll. Oh, I don't even need the snow for this. Yeah, no, like... It is... That was actually one of the easiest puzzles I've dealt with. This whole game. Yeah, I love how they really expect you to know the mechanic. Well, I mean, I've gotten frozen so many times at this point. I've gotten, like, frozen so many times at this point, like... I get it. Like, I understand what I'm looking at here. And honestly, the fact that the game respects the players, yeah, like, Kid may not have got it, but... Again, this game respects the player's intelligence. And now I gotta figure out how to get the hell out of here. Great. Ah, the blocks are even frozen over. Am I gonna need you? I'm gonna need you. Go down the hill, and let's see... Perfect! Oh shit, wait, no! Okay, I hope you remembered all that, because I didn't. Now, hopefully my controller will register the R. But yeah, no, like... Trust me, I think there's a bunch of puzzle rooms that I've never, like... I could never figure out. Okay, just need the extra bit of health blips. Okay, you know what? Okay, never mind. Can you freeze me? Okay, good, the right one froze me. And now... Oh no, this, I don't want this. This will actually... Okay, do I? Yes, I do. Maybe? Okay, now this would be easier. If we go up here... Okay. Oh no. I'm not ready for these Yetis. No, no, you son of a... Oh no! Oh no, that's how they... I just noticed that there's frozen fish in the background. And I also just noticed you. Hello? Yeah, no, Okay. We just need to take it slow, not rush through it. I said not rush through it, damn it! Okay. We're down to about a minute and a half. Don't worry, we still have time. We still got time to get through this level. Okay, I am now officially trying to rush since the pressure's on. Okay. I'm just gonna wait. Okay, you can last. Wait, wait, wait. Remember I ran out of time in this game and your points would drop like crazy. Yes, that is exactly what happens. Okay. Well, I'm at the end. Didn't find everything, so I'm gonna have to come back here at some point. But we did manage to get to the next spot. Yeah, no, you can tell I don't remember much of the Ruby Passage here. Like, this is the one spot that, this is, like, the one passage I like the least. But even then, like, I think it, funnily enough, I think it has some of the best soundtrack, or, like, songs in this game. But no, we managed to get through it. And this is actually my favorite level theme in the whole game. I do not get why this isn't in Topaz Passage. Because, you know, pinballs. Okay, it's a pinball table, like, you know, games. But no, I'm a sucker for, I don't play it much, just because it's so hard to find, like, a table. But I'm a sucker for a good thing of pinball. Also, this level's theme also just is fun. It does kind of ouch, mama. It does kind of remind me of like a fun little like bollards or you know, like a little casino or game room or something. And before I do, let's see where. Nope, that leads me nothing. But no, this whole thing is just it's pinball table themed. Now let's see. I mean, look at that dragon. Like, that looks like something I'd see in an older pinball table. Yeah, no, like, in terms of, like, all the, harsh industrialization of, Sonic Spinball was pinball. Along with Okay, here's one thing I didn't know Kirby had a Game Ball, or a Game Ball game. I didn't know Kirby had a pinball game. I know Mario had a pinball game, which apparently was, like, bad. I know, I don't know what makes, like, a good video game pinball table, you know? But, no, I just love the aesthetics of pinball, and from what I remember, because I played both the Genesis and the Game Gear version of Sonic Spinball, I can never got past the first level. No, second level on the Genesis version. Yeah, second level on the Genesis version. I know, I like the idea. At least for Spinball, it was a good idea, but just executed, I think, pretty poorly. Sonic Spinball is just like that game. It's like that one game that used to piss me off. Okay, part of me wants to, like, hear this out. What exactly about a Spinball? I very recently beat the game on one life without dying. Okay, you know what? No, I didn't want to know how we get in here. Yeah, I'll just bust down the wall. How's that work? You know what? Okay, maybe not. I was hoping I could throw him through the wall, but we don't get everything today. Now... But yeah, no, I don't remember much about Sonic Spinball aside from the first level theme, which, again, just slaps. It just has that perfect Genesis charm. Now, nope, too high. I mean, Spinball was a bit of jank. It's okay first, but still janky. Which, that's like, for a pinball game, first and foremost, like, the one thing you want is, like, your controls to not be jank. Or at least that's, like, my, What are you even? Seriously, what is this bird? But yeah, like... Oh, what the hell? Oh, okay, these disappear after you stand on them. It grew on me over time, so... You know what, I get that. You know what, yeah, no. Some jank you just gotta learn to deal with. But yeah, no, I think I know... Okay, so I have to do this all effortlessly in one bit before Wario gets burnt to cinders. Okay. So there's one. There we go. Isn't that weird sort of retro game that, like, mechanically likes to figure stuff out after a while? I mean, isn't that, like, the kind of the appeal of, like, retro gaming in general? Like, this is... Especially, like, earlier on... Like, especially in early game design, okay? They weren't... You know... They had to figure shit out. They had to figure out what worked and what didn't work. And for me, as long as the controls aren't, like, supremely obtuse... Yeah, if they're not, like, supremely obtuse, then, you know, it can be fun to piece that stuff together. You know? So yeah, I don't think that's, like, a weird sort of thing. I don't think that's, like, really a weird sort of thing to explore, you know? Okay, now let's get you. Nope. You see, I was about to say I'm glad I caught that, but I didn't. I wonder if those platforms shock you if you try to stand on them again. But with me and my health through this playthrough, that seems to be a losing proposition. Dude. But no, you know what? Compared to, like, the hecticness that was the rest of this passage, at least this, like, music theme in this level's, you know, nicer and a bit more slower paced. Oh, okay, no, now I get you. Yeah, you figure... Basically, okay, yeah, no, that's another kind of fun. Just, you know, working game systems and figuring out how it snaps. I know, like... You know what? No, I completely agree. Because, like, especially, like, older retro games, there's some that are just brutally difficult. How did I miss that? Again, there's some that are just so janky or so brutally difficult where, you know, getting to the point where you just get to completely bend it over your knee and just break, you know, just suplex in the ground. Okay, that is always something that's, like, worthwhile. Or even seeing or figuring out. Now, if I can just... So, you know how I said I am terrible at basketball? This, I think what we have here just further proves that point. Okay, close, open, there we go. You know, I also love how this has a, like, little charge slide mechanic. I think that's the first and only time I've managed to make it work, though. Sonic Spinball, learn if you want to beat the game, spam both flippers when you're literally about to fall. Any particular reason for that, or is it just more likely to catch you? Or does it, like, slow your descent? Open and close, open and close. There we go. Now, before I go into that room... Okay, so that has... This is subtly telling me to go here because it's an arrow. But this was harder to get to. Okay, so that looks like it's a hidden room. Glad things don't disappear on me after a while. Actually, you know what? Okay, I actually have a question, or more a question. Roboy, you seem to be one of those guys who seem to, you know, have, like, a good array of, like, retro games, like, to go for. Do you have any that are just, like, oddly eclectic or out of the way that you'd recommend? Because I think I may want to do something a little off the beaten path at some point in the future. Then it's always nice to see, you know... It's always nice to, you know, see other people's, like, more, you know, hidden, one I recommend. Yeah. You know, something that's a little off the beaten path. Okay, this is... Ooh! This is giving me, like, Transformers, Bionicle vibe sort of things. For its mask, or design. Now... Ouch! Like, what story are you looking at in particular? Honestly, nothing really. Nothing really in particular, just... Okay. Something that you think that you would have had growing up, but you don't think many people would have played. Okay, we can do this. We can do this, and not get hit. Perfect. Now, okay. So let's take a look at this board. Now, looking back on this, I was expecting this board to be a lot more... a lot more pinball focused. I thought there was gonna be, like, flippers and shit. I think there are a lot of, like, weird ones I played in recent years. Now, let's see. Okay. I can get this timed out. There we go. There's Zombie Nation for the NES. Okay. So if I just... Come on, get in there. There we go. Okay. So is that more... I'm more so asking out of curiosity now. So is that like kind of like a... or a side-scroller? Is it like top-down? Because I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued on this one now. Since Halloween is coming up... So, is this actually... Are these leading anywhere, though? Because I do need to find more of the puzzle pieces. It's actually a really funny game. Like, you actually play as a floating samurai zombie. Oh! Oh, I think I've seen this before! Okay, no, I'm like vaguely remembering it. Okay, that is something I'm gonna have to check out then. Yeah, no, like, I thought that was a fever dream. Like, I had to call in, I had to call in one day because I was sick and, you know, was just browsing shit to try to get through it, and I thought I had a fever dream about that. So yeah, no, I think I might actually check that out next month. Because again, I didn't think it was real. I really did not think that game was an actual thing. Now, if there... It's very much a fever dream. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised how often, like, I'd have games or stuff that would slip through through the cracks, just because I watched it when I was... I feel like I'm missing some. Oh, there we are. There we are. I think this should reset the monkeys, because I'm gonna have to get fat to break that brick down there. Yeah, just how many games or stuff I completely miss, just because, you know, I was watching it when I was sick, and I either tried to look it up and found out that it didn't exist. Actually insulated Wario there. That's neat. Or then I wake up and find out that they do exist, and I was just out of it. I think the one time... I'm gonna say this. The one... movie I ended up watching that, that actually being that sick really enhanced the experience for was Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I ended up just watching that, again, when I was, like, really, really ill at one point. And, it just worked out. I think it really helped, I think just of all the movies that's, like, you know, just going to Las Vegas and hitting, you know, a bunch of drugs and just, you know, not being aware of reality. Okay, now I need to break it to the bottom. I don't think there's any space down here. Like, if there's one where, you know, being sick enhanced the movie experience, it was that one. Now, that should be cleared away. Perfect. Now we're going to move on to the next pinball table. Now, where else do we... No, seriously, these are like some gnarly-looking helmet designs. I think... You know what? Oh. Is this more an elephant or more of a skull? I guess, you know what? I'll figure it out later. Oh, there's the CD. I hate to sound like, again, oh, it's a video game. Isn't it weird? But part of me just likes the implication that this ancient, pyramid just so happened to, you know, have a highly advanced audio codec for the time. Alien Soldier. Huh. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's a, Sir, I am getting fed up with your shit. I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's kind of like your, you know, side-scroller. Here's the kind of game you might beat the first time around. You know what, if I'm looking for, like, suggestions for this, I don't think I'd, like, beat it on, like, day one, but, you know, just have fun with, just have fun exploring it. Harder than Battletoads. Okay, okay. When you say harder than Battletoads, is it fair? Because Battletoads, like, the one way I've always, like, seen it described, or I've always described it, is that it's, oh, so that's how you get there. Is that it's a minigame collection that expects, like, insanely high levels of execution that's somehow pretending to be a beat-em-up. Of course. Because, like, again, once you get past, like, the first level or so, it stops really being, you know, beat-em-up-y, and instead just becomes more... Again, you have, like, you know, different levels at, like, different points. So is it, like, challenging hard, or is it, like, the type of game that, like, pull you aside, you know, pretend to be something, pretend to be friendly, then just blat you over the head with a crowbar? What? Where'd he go? Where'd the old man go? What? You saw him despawn, right? What the? Okay. Alien Soldier isn't really cheap. The mechanics stay the same, but what makes it hard is how the game's designed mechanically. Okay. Ooh. What? Okay, come on, up we go. Okay, there, okay. You're here. You and your indented noggin can go here, too. It's wrong in action where you play as a Birdman and you have a health bar, but it takes like 3 hits to die. Okay. Okay, I'll take you down. Okay, I see what I gotta do. You know, this game does ask the age-old question. How much are you willing to abuse an elder? And for what month? Like, to what extent? And for how much? Now, there has gotta be something I'm missing here. Okay, I think I got it. If I just break the one block, I should be good. There we go! Time to open the door. I mean, I wasn't that low on health, but I will take it. So there's 1, there's 2. Not only, but Alien Soldier, your weapons are constantly running out of power, so it becomes a power HP. Okay. Okay. Huh. That was actually a smart little hit there. No. Piss off, Yeti. No. Please piss off. Oh, God. Now let's try. Okay, that should be everything. There's gotta be another puzzle piece in this room. Hopefully. Okay, so Alien Soldier, it's just like really mechanically tight, and you have to manage your resources. Okay. Scree. I don't think I want a scree. Okay, so we got 5 minutes, 15 seconds to try to figure our shit out. Okay. Honestly, not the worst I've had to deal with. Oh shit, I forgot the balls. Okay, pinball. At least this level gives you forgiving enough timing. Okay. So you're right here. Okay. So we got everything. So why don't we try and... You know, if I wasn't under a lot of pressure here, I'd really like the Rube Goldberg machines here. They're just fun. I've always liked watching this sort of shit unfold. But no, I thought there was, like, a lot more flippers in this. I thought there was, I remember this being, like, a lot more pinball-y. Like, I know you had to, like, sink holes and whatnot. But... okay, I'm gonna beat it here. Good, that's good. You know, I remember it just being a lot more, like, actually pinball-y. I'm a little disappointed, but I still love this game's theme and I love its art direction. So I can't be too disappointed. Especially when, you know, it's just, you know, me forgetting. Now, why don't we put this down this way? And now we go for another one. And then... good, okay. Now, where do I go? Oh, there we go. But if there's one more path I should check out, let's see if I can find it. Anything else? Nope, okay, good. Wait. Wait, what do you mean no? Are you Are you absolute- oh, what the shit was that? Oh yeah, another thing that makes Aerial Soldier rules out at times. You remember how earlier we were talking about live video games? Aerial Soldier is where I feel lives actually does matter, mainly because the game doesn't even have lives. Just go back from the start. Okay. At least that's fair. Okay, I'm getting rid of that gorilla. Oh hey! UFOs! Neat. Okay, whatever you do, don't drop these. You know, on an unrelated topic, I think you... yeah, a completely unrelated topic. Okay, the name UFO doesn't really come from, like, the actual spaceship. It actually comes from an old Smash Brothers name. What was it? The game was expecting more of a time attack bait thing. Anything you expect you to, like, get through in one setting. Okay. Okay, no, I get it. So once you get it good enough at the game, it's like how fast you can complete it. There's nothing over here. Okay, I get that. Now, what I don't get is... how do I get in here? Okay, I know how I get in there. Stop. Okay, at least I have this one. Let's just throw that out. Oh. Okay, so if we jump up here, then we should... huh. But you know what, I think I'll check both those out at a later date. You know what, I'm definitely gonna check Zombie Nation. I'll definitely check out Zombie Nation next month, just because, again, it's Halloween. Might do a, you know, I might do a theme night of just unfair games, and maybe do a bit of, Alien, or what was it? Yeah, Alien Soldier. I almost thought it was Alien Soldier, but, again, wanted to double check, because I actually do have a little notepad on these that I'm writing down. Okay, now let's see what else we got here. Okay, so that finished off that level. Still missing one puzzle piece. Yeah, no, I'm really drawing a blank here. I'll say that thing you tip Wario's Woods want me to stream Mean Bean Machine at some point. You know what? I think I'll talk about this now since it's come up. I'm sure you're aware that Mean Bean Machine is just a clone of, what was it? Puyo Puyo Fever. And Puyo Puyo Fever also got an Americanized release that was known as Kirby's Avalanche, or Kirby Ghost Attack in Europe. And they're all pretty much the same game. So, at some point in the future, I've figured this out. I'm just trying to get some some final touches. One of my next projects is going to be streaming Kirby's Avalanche, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, and Puyo Puyo Fever at the same time. Not one after the other. Literally, I'm going to be playing all 3 games at once with one controller. Yeah, well, I feel the need to beat it because technically this is like the one and only Sonic game I've never beaten, like, ever. Honestly, it's not that hard of a game to get through. But definitely in the future, I will be doing Super Dr. Kirby's Mean Puyo Avalanche Machine. Holy shit, I can't believe I got that off in one take. Wait, all in one controller but the RNG? Yes. 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 You heard that right. I've been streaming for about an hour and a half, so what I'm going to do is I am going to take a quick BRB real fast, just to get some water. And since we finished off the rough part of one passage, I'm going to do the other passage. And okay, look, if you can, like, show me how to successfully beat Puyo Puyo, then I will, like, willingly give you a shout out. Okay. Okay. It'll be a bit, but I played through these games quite a bit. It's mostly just getting used to them. But we'll see. Let's see if I can get this here. Yep, this works. Okay, perfect. I'm just going to take a quick... Yeah, I'm going to go take a quick BRB. And with that, I will... Yeah, I'll be right back after getting some water. I will definitely be posting a date when I'm doing that event, because I've been figuring out how to do this for a long time. I've been trying to figure this out how to do it. I actually had to get a different controller to get it to work, because Xbox controllers, which work on the totally not emulated super duper console, and only will recognize one window at a time that's active, I had to get a different controller. Not yet. I might sometime in the future. I'll have to see. I might at some point. I'll actually think about that. But yeah, no. I am definitely getting some water, though, and I will be right back. And we are back. Yeah, all stretched, hydrated up. And since we still have a lot, like especially Toxic Landfill, we do have a lot to explore here, but what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to come back to this level in another stream and head up everything I missed. I wonder how I got up there. And we're going to go through all the levels in the Sapphire Passage. And if that took as long as this one did, then I think that would be it for the night. But if there's one thing I love about the Sapphire Passage, aside from it being all horror-themed, I think this section of levels have some of the best theming in the whole game. Like, I genuinely find that they are some of the, they're the most memorable levels here. Like, as a whole. And, again, they also fit the horror theme. There's literally skeletons in the walls. But no, now, as much as I love this game's soundtrack, if there's one thing I am going to criticize it, and once you hear it, you can't quite unhear it. And it's that this game likes its DAOs. And what I mean by that Bat. Hold on, you'll hear it again. Jesus. There was one. But no, this game, you know how like the new Super Mario Bros. Games, like they're always joked about for like going ba or ba, and then you know all the enemies like dance and change direction? Well, this game likes its DAOs. I also love like these little executioner types. Like I can't tell if they're supposed to be like a skin hood, which just now I think about it, just sounds kind of nasty. But I love their little you know, executioner design. It's fun. But aside from that, as much as I joke about the DAO... Oh, hi, buddy. As much as I joke about the DAO in this game, Crescent Moon Village, I think, has actually has one of the best themes in this... Jerk. Actually has one of the best themes in this whole game. Like, this is one of those songs I will be humming to myself. But when I think about Wario Land 4, this is one of the songs that kicks in. Especially when the beat kind of drops here. But yeah, you found this level's main gimmick. This guy. I actually don't remember his name. It's somewhere in the manual. And yeah, he steals your coins and other valuables. Kind of a prick. To put it lightly. But no, he'll be more annoying later on in the stage, and you'll see what I mean. But I also really love his design. Because aside from just being a generic pirate ghost, which, you know, okay, it's Wario, you really can't have a Wario Land game without ghost pirates. Or pirates of any sort, because, like, you know, Captain Syrup was, like, Wario's first, like, nemesis. You really can't have, you know, it's just like, you know, you can't really have a Mario game without, like, a grassland of some kind. I also love this vampire bat transformation. It's just fun. Because, of course, Wario would be, like, this massive, ugly, like, roach of a bat. But, no, aside from that, like, he also had, like, his little, like, ghostly apparition trail leg thing, whatever you want to call it, just looks like a beard. So it definitely, like, sells the old pirate ghost. As well as, you know, just being a little skeleton. Which, I mean, say what you want, I still think skeletons are just fun enemy designs. Maybe a little overdone, but they're one of those enemies that are, like, cliched for a reason, you know? You know, I was expecting something to be up here. Like, you know, a treasure chest or something. But looks like I am... Wait, one thing I do want to try, or check. Is there... No, there's no ledge down here. Wait, one thing I do actually need to check, and I need one of the axe guys back. Let's see if one of them respawn. Nope. Because I need to throw one of those buggers. We go back out and in. And maybe one of them will respawn for me. Oh, nope, that's a bat. But no, if there's... I don't think there's a single... Ah, looks like they all disappeared on me. Great. Great, great, great. But if there's one thing I can truly say about this game, it's that I don't think any of the soundtrack actually, like, misses. I don't think there's a genuinely... I don't think there's a song in this game that is just bad or disappointing. I really can't, I really can't, like, think of one. I think some, like, not every single, like, song in a soundtrack is going to be, like, the best, but just all around, like, I can't think of a single level that does either have, like, a decent theme, or, you know, a level that I, you know, just outright despise. Which there are some games, like, whose songs I just do not, do not vibe with. They just don't gel. Now, let's... No! Okay, I want some of this. Now, the only downside is, again, I'm still missing crescent pieces. I believe Keezer's behind that door. At least the big guy's finally giving us some space. Okay, where are... There we... Oh, the CD's here. Now, I don't know the, I generally don't know the thought process of where they decide to put some of the, CDs. Oh. I generally just do not know where, what decide, Okay, like, the CDs, they're, like, those fun little optional bonuses where you get some, like, neat soundtrack stuff, right? So you think they'd be... Of course, he flipped it last second. Ow. So, you know, it makes sense, like, you keep them somewhere, or, you know, you have, ouch. You know, they're secrets. But, like, some of the secret spots are, like, a lot easier to find than others. So I don't know if, like, they're supposed to get proportionally harder the further you go in the level. Or... what exactly. But, you know, for, like, a fun little collectible bonus, it's not the worst. Again, when I keep saying that again, a lot of these songs are earworms. Some of the CD songs are, too. Okay. Overcommitted on the jump there. That's fine. Undercommitted. We can get this. We can totally nab this. Okay, so we found at least one piece. And you know what? Come on, go on the ground floor. Could you do that zombie thing? I also kind of find it funny how the only way you can actually harm these, you know, undead ghosts, apparitions, the sneaking dead. Okay, I got nothing for that one. Is just become dead yourself. Like, it's always, you know, it's always stuff like holy weapons or, you know, in order to defeat a zombie, you can't kill what's already dead, you have to banish it. I just like the idea of just turning into, like, a zombie or something. I like the idea of turning into a zombie or something just so that you can, you know, beat it back down. Because, you know, like harm's going on the whole like harming like and whatnot. Also, oh. Okay, let's see if I can get this. Nope. At least this puzzle's pretty straightforward. Actually. Nope. I was hoping maybe I could try cheese another way. Come on. You know, it's that age-old question. If one of your friends charges into a cliff, would you follow him? Evidently for these guys, the answer was yes. Woo, okay. There we go. Now, a part of me wonders if these things are supposed to be mailboxes or traffic bollards. You know, I never really noticed, but that moon in the background is actually really nice. Like, yes, the moon, it's nice and bright. It's very moon-like. But, you know, sometimes it's just nice to, you know, get a picture of, like, you know, a well-moonlit, ouch! You know, just moonlight. I'm not much of a night owl. Well, let go of me, please! Okay, I'm now in the danger zone. You have anything worthwhile? Yes, you do. Okay. Plan A, get a heart. Plan B, try to survive. I'll figure out plan C and plan D later. But no, it's just... Sometimes it's hard to make night look nice. Okay, I'll manage to nab this. While I'm here, I'm gonna see if I can actually cheese this a bit. No, okay. I was hoping I can maybe cheese it a bit. Get a little bit of extra... Actually, maybe I can. I think that's the best I'm gonna do, so... Let's hurry up. Oh, that could have been bad. I know I pointed this out last stream, but I love how, you have the not spinies as enemies here. You know how I was saying about that ghostly fella being a bit of a prick? Yeah, he'll actually steal Keezer. So you have to contend with this as well. Oh, and since I only have one heart, this is gonna be a pain. Okay. Jackass. Well, I'm back to my AFK trip, although I'm basically ready to go to bed at this point. No worries, seriously, it's late. It's probably late in your time zone. You need to curl up and go to bed, and please do. Don't stay up on my account. Like, again, sleep's important. Very important. Dickerson. Okay, come back this way. No? Okay. Now, part of me wonders... Do I just have to, like, duck? No, I gotta jump over him. Thought one of these staircases he could bust open. At least they make it so he can't leave without keys or get really far. Downside, I'm about a minute, Yeah, but puzzle games is like that one genre I'm pretty weak with. Funnily enough, I think I've maxed out all the puzzle games I actually play. Like, I'm dead serious. Puyo Puyo and Wario's Woods are the only puzzle games I think I've ever actually... Jerk. I've ever actually... Oh, no! Damn it! Bumped him in me. Yeah, no, I think I've actually maxed out all the puzzle games I, like, actually play. Because aside from, like, you know, Puyo Puyo, Kirby, whatever, and Wario's Woods, I can't name a single puzzle game I actually enjoy, or, you know, like, play. Like, maybe I'll do, like, the occasional bout of, like, Tetris or something, if I'm on, like, a lunch break or something. But, you know, like, it's not something I would, it's not something like a genre I normally play. And, like, if I'm even being, like, more generous and count, like, deck builders as a puzzle game, like, there's only one other game I would include in that, and that's, like, the Battle Network series. Which I had someone had to point out when the remasters popped in. I had to have someone else point out to me that they were technically deck builders. And I was too caught up in, like, the grid-based RPG stuff to actually notice. Now, I bought the remaster a while back, but it's still my backlog. I should really play through more of it. But yeah, no, this jerk. He steals your coins, he steals your keys. You know, he's like the right kind of annoying enemy, because aside from just being the level central gimmick, he's not like super overbearing. To the point where, you know, he's annoying, and his design's like cool and engaging enough that, you know, you like seeing him on screen. Team Spoil Poison's a bad game, but it's one where I'm bad on finding an opening and improving with. Now, keep in mind, the only, like, again, the only Puyo games I've played was, like, the first one. Well, it looks like I'm out of a diamond here. But, I mean, as much as I can say, oh, matching colors, and, you know, oh, just try to think ahead. Like, I don't really know how to describe aside from you just try to set up for 5 moves in a decent chain. But I mean, that's like really oversimplifying it. I can't really give you like any, that's the thing, like, I can't give you any like real expert advice aside from just try to think further, like, just try to think a few moves ahead and I need you. I need Mr. Choppy Axe guy here. Oh, oh. Perfect. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, let's... I don't think I can actually send them down. Can these guys fall down ladders? Now, let's see if I can just... Whoa! Where did you come from? You gonna go down the ladder? No? Okay, you gotta love how these guys kind of flail as soon as they lose their any edge that they might have had. But yeah, I swear one of the... But anyway, it does seem like the sort of game that'd be fun to stream, simply because I enjoy torture in video games. Wait, torture of yourself or watching someone else get tortured? You know what? Both is fun. Both is fun to go through. I don't know. The only Puyo Puyo game I've played was again, like the one that was cloned internationally several times. I hate to say it, but like the aesthetics of the series just kind of turned me off it. I'm not a huge fan of like overly cutesy designs. That's just not my cup of tea. And like, sure, it does make up like a large portion of like the game. It's still there, you know? Like, it's still I know, like, if all your HUD elements are just, you know, or background elements are just not something you want to really look at, I mean, it's really hard to, you know, retain some stuff, you know? But from what I've heard, when I was just doing up some research just to see, like, which Puyo Puyo game was gonna be good for that upcoming project, I found out... I ended up finding out that, the immediate sequel to that one had, like, 50... Okay, focus. That the immediate sequel had, like, 50 different, enemies you had to go through, and the AI looked a lot harder. So I'm like, okay, yeah, no, this would be a fun challenge, but not one I don't think I'd be up to. Okay, that backfired. I'm now officially on death's door. Now speak... Aha! That's where you are. Now, if there was... Yeah, Puyo Puyo 2 is you gotta beat the whole game in one correct to get the best ending and shit. Yeah, no, I can't even 1cc, I can't even 1cc like the regular, Puyo Puyo Fever. Now, the question is, where are you rolling from? Yeah, no, I can't even do it in one life normally. I think I've gotten close a bunch of times. Why do I keep doing that to myself? But yeah, no, from what I heard, it is... Because, like, you get one wrong chain, or, you know, RNG just happens to not go in your favor. You know, you're screwed. Which, you know what, fair enough. Like, the game at least seems to be, like, decent enough designed. I watched a quick long play of it just out of curiosity. It seems to be well designed enough that, you know, if you're good at the game, you can pull through with it. But for me, like, for all puzzle games where it gets to the point where I can't react to shit falling, like, I am out of luck there. Okay, now I remember. This cracks open to a room with a... There we go. If any I can understand deeper, I have the drive to go crazy, because there are games... I have the drive to go crazy, because there are games elsewhere that go crazy. But for now, I just see as Puyo Puyo as RNG the game. You know what? I mean, yeah, all puzzle games do have, like, that thing of RNG. I mean, like, the granddaddy of all, Oh, I see what I gotta do here. Like, Tetris, the granddaddy of all the puzzle games. Like, it does have a, It does have, like, a random, you know, blocks falling, and it's just trying to set yourself up for success. So now I gotta avoid you two. There. Oh, just a little short. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't say much about later entries in the series to see, like, how much they balance stuff out. I really, again, it's only the first one I've ever, like, touched up. Okay. Actually, you know what? I have a fun story. I do have a fun story about that. When Tetris and Puyo Puyo Fever came out, I was doing some stuff at university at the time, and I was walking down, basically had an evening to kill, and just decided to head out. And in the university center, there was like a little club meeting, and I go over, and I see the game being played, and I go in, and I just say, hey, this looks a lot like Kirby's Avalanche, like, what is this? I haven't seen it, I didn't think this game got a sequel. So they told me, yeah, no, it's actually a series and all that. I'm like, okay, you know what, mind if I cycle in for a bit? And the guy ended up, from what I've heard, is that, like, the meta, so to speak, is that the Tetris side tends to get, like, a lot of advantage. Like, tends to have an easier time of, like, clearing blocks and everything. So what ended up happening was, he picked Tetris, and I picked, you know, I ended up picking, like, the Puyo Puyo side. And I think I ended up, like, mopping the guy, oh, that poor buddy. Ah, man, I didn't even get his, like, health symbol thing. His health pip. I think I ended up, like, mopping the guy, like, 5-0, before he closed up shop. I think that's the closest... I think that's the closest thing to, like, a video game hustle I think I've ever done, which isn't really much. Okay, so I can see if I can nab this. But no, I like the series mechanically, but again, I can't get into it aesthetically, which always... You know, it's like the exact opposite problem I have with fighting games. I can't get into mechanically, love them aesthetically, but, you know, for Puyo Puyo Fever, love them mechanically, can't really see myself sitting down and playing it. It's kind of funny how things work out like that sometimes, you know? Anyway, let's try. Yeah, just... Everyone get a 5 combo. Man, I can't figure out how to get that on the fly just without being dumb. Yeah, that's like the most chains I can, like, really do. I think the most chains I can do off the top of my head is, like, maybe like a 3 or 4 chain at the most. There's some people, again, who'll do, like, 5 or... You know, just a complete clear chain at the start. I'm like, okay, I have no idea how I managed to piece together a Goldberg machine like that. I mean, it's fun to watch, but at that point you gotta, like... There's probably, like, some pattern that you can, like, get ahead of time. Oops. Yeah, there's gotta be, like, some, like, pattern that you can get within, like, the first couple of drops. When I got the Puyo Puyo achievement in Sonic Mania, it was literally just pure luck. Oh, yeah, no, Okay, imagine I loved Sonic Mania. I'm actually kind of disappointed we haven't gotten another... I'm disappointed we haven't gotten, like, a Sonic Mania 2 or something like that. Like, it's, I think, the first Sonic game in years I've actually... No, I think it's the only, like, Sonic game... It's the only Sonic game, like, post-GameCube that I've actually, like, sat down and thoroughly enjoyed. And even then, I was very, very surprised and very, very happy to see the Puyo Puyo segment. I forget what the achievement is. I think I ended up getting it. But no, it was a fun callback. I really wish... I honestly just want another Sonic Mania 2. And the only improvement I can really think of would just be more just actual original stages. Because, like, I get what they were going for, it's just, I think Sonic's nostalgia value, I think it's been kind of, like, it's kind of been, like, milked to the point where it's just getting, like, old. And I think that's been happening with, like, a lot of game franchises, too. But the few original stages they did, I mean, isn't Superstars technically Mania 2? I honestly... I've never heard... But was that 2D game where they added a bunch of, like, other characters? Like, I wasn't really keeping tabs on it, on that, so I thought it was just, like, a little side project thing. I didn't think it was an actual full release. I might have to check that out, then. Because if it's in a similar vein, then... Oh, I'm surprised that worked. If it's in a similar vein, then I might actually play through that at some point. Anyway, let's see if we can get... and hurry up again. And we are... good to go. Okay, so let's see if I can get... Nope, nope. Dude stole my keys. It's another classic Sonic game that's like in a 2.5D engine. Jerk. So, okay. I might have to look into that then. Okay, come on. Hey! Clipping dick. Yeah, no, I might have to look into that, because, like, if it's meant to be, like, another... Graphics look a bit budget, but as usual for most 2.5D games. You see... I think that's like 2.5D games can be done well, like graphic-wise. Like the Beautiful Joe series, like those games are 2.5D and they look stunning. From what I've seen with Canola, same thing. Like they are visually, holy crap, sorry about that. Visually very striking games. Are they both cel-shaded? Yes. I heard multiplayer is not at all too good, and people complain about the bosses taking too long. I mean, it's not like I'm playing like a Sonic game multiplayer anyway, so that's not much of a loss on me. I mean, sure, it sucks. And bosses taking too long, yeah, you know what? I can kind of get that. Because, like, if there's one thing about Mania I disliked, it was especially the later levels that could actually feasibly run out the 10-minute alarm. Like, or a 10-minute time limit. Like, in original Sonic games, I honestly can't remember a time where I ran out of... where the 10-minute limit was a serious concern unless I was trapped in the barrel level in Sonic 3, or if I was trapped in, or if I was stuck in that sand loop at one of the Sonic 3 Knuckles. Oh! Oh, that is an oversight. That actually does sound like a huge oversight there, then. So, like, was it primarily intended as a multiplayer experience, then, or...? Yeah, okay, yeah, no, that does seem to be like an oversight. I still love how they have skeletons in the walls here. Like the catacombs. Seems like they want the game to be multiplayer. Ah. I mean, mechanically, I kind of want to see how that would work out. Because, like, 2D Sonic is a, like, I find that ostensibly a, I find that, like, an ostensibly, like, a single-player game, you know? So I have no idea how well it would translate well. And also, I love the, again, for, like, a general Arabian Nights theme, this is just fun. But I won't let stuff like this stop my view on the game. Still, like, it's still a classic Sonic game, just not one I'm rushing to buy right away. You know what? I probably would like to check it out. Because I always do like seeing... I always do like, you know... With the exception of Sonic 1, I really do not like the classic Sonic... Or, I really do like the classic Sonic games a lot more than the 3D games. And this is coming from a guy who played through a lot of the GameCube era at the time. Oh, I just realized what these sprites look like when they get, like, you know, get busted up. Or, you know, like they're, these enemies like pain sprites. These are actually pretty funny. Oh, those poor things. Oh, wait. Oh, are those... I can't... Oh, those are its eyes! I thought those were a nostril. I thought those... It had just, like, massive green noses and then have, like, green faces. Okay. The flying carpet gimmick here is also pretty fun. It feels a lot... feels a lot, jankier to control than I remembered, but okay. Okay, no pain, no gain. Let's just take the hit and get out of here. It's probably a way to go through this without taking damage, but... I count 8. Another thing to add in the missing sprites. Like, that's the thing. I played this... I didn't have a Game Boy SP growing up. I had an original Game Boy, so that means no backlight. And again, since it's been ages since I played through this, since it's been ages since I've, okay, are those eyes or are those nostrils? Like, do these, like, when I hit them... Yeah, no, those are eyes because they pop out. Huh. You know, as a kid, I actually thought the 8-bit Mario sprite looked angry. I am... Now, I'm not the guy to get, like, proper sprite interpretations, but a part of me wants to see, like, how you, like, pictured that. Like, especially when it gets the fire flower. Oh, shit, no, I want to jump through normally. I'm just trying to, like... I have it, like... Oh, that is... I forgot that the axe enemies had, like, another version. That is actually... That mummy design... Ooh, that is cool. But no, I, like, have it in my mind space. My mind's eye, if you will. And, this looked like, 8-bit Mario sprite and look into his eyes. Hold on one sec. Yeah, no, I'm gonna look this up. Are we talking about small Mario or large Mario here? Oh yeah, I forgot that Wario had a decent idle animation. Hold on, where are... Come on, this shouldn't be too hard to Google. Big Mario, okay. Pink Rose Uni, welcome back. Don't apologize. Again, your kids are a lot more important than the stream. Like, it's nice that you know, spend time with them. Honestly, Wario's cardio is very impressive. Like, he is going. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, I can kinda see it. I can kinda see it. It made me things I like. I am going to steal that. Yeah, no, like... Wow, indeed. No, seriously, like, if you're making good food, steal that food. Pay the parent tax on that. You know, this is actually a nice tub. Okay. One other thing I know it's supposed to be like beady Mickey Mouse eyes, but when you look at it, the way I saw it, just a crazy person going around murdering toads. And... How does it feel that as a kid you predicted a semi-viral internet video? I think Dorkly made something called Angry Mario, where it was just that. Like, that was the whole shit, like, point of the movie. Again, I love this bath. Again, Wario's someone who has, like, good footwork and, you know, can jump rope really well, but he also can't tread water, like, for that long. Like, again, Wario's physique, since we're talking about, you know, Wario's cardio and inability to tread water, Wario's physique just confuses me. I think it's called Mario is Angry. I think it's called, like, Mario is Angry, or... No, Mario Goes Berserk by Dorkly, that's what it was. Yeah, and all it was is just, again, Mario getting really angry, just going on, like, you know, like a Family Guy-esque level of rage, and just, again, massacring everything in his path. So yeah, I think you may have predicted that, that video to some degree. Or at the very least, someone definitely thought, someone else definitely had the similar thought process to you. Again, only one puzzle piece. Okay, let's see what else we got here. You know what, I'm gonna steal this big guy. Okay, yeah, I know exactly what I have to do here. Now, again, you want to add something else to the misplaced sprite? For the longest time, I thought this old man's, like, head was just a cap. Like, I thought that, like, orange-pinkish, like, flesh color was just a hat, like a hard hat. But no, he's just really bald. And, maybe needs to get his head, unindented. Oh! Okay, whoops. I guess I accidentally solved that one. Wait, why don't we go back down through here? That's, that's Matt Seinstein from... Wait, that is not a... Wait, you mean he's not an original character to this game? He was actually in... like, another game. He's... Okay, I did not know that. I thought he was just, like, you know, an original character they just made for, you know, the puzzle things. And again, just having a literal nerd for Wario to bully. I didn't know he was, like, an actual reference to something. You see, I kind of miss it when games did that, especially... I miss it when Nintendo games would do that, you know, make callbacks to, you know, older games, or, just callbacks to older games. You know? It just makes the... I hate to say brand, it just makes the brand in the world feel a bit more alive, you know? You get a more well-envisioned... and, you know, world, if that makes any sense. Okay, looks like we're at the main palace here. Also, for a desert stage, I honestly think this is... They still do, but the callbacks are now way too obvious. Yeah, it's weird. I haven't played that many, like, modern Nintendo releases. But even then, like, some of the callbacks I've seen are just do seem like kind of odd. Actually, I'm struggling to think of one. I don't know, maybe it's just something I'm completely overlooking. Yeah, I think I might be overlooking it, but... Yeah, no, they really don't use any of their subtler... What was I gonna say? You know what, I lost my train of thought completely. He's, Oh, I thought that was his actual head. I thought that was a hat, not his actual head. I think that's what I was talking about. Ouch, shit. The dude has a butt for a head. He pretty much does. He's an Earthworm gym boss. Also, this is a very fun... This is a fun room. Yeah, that character is from Dr. Mario 64. Yeah, I thought, yeah. He was from Dr. Mario 64, and I thought he was an original character for this, right? Yeah, no, I thought that he was just a, I thought that he was just an original character. I think that's it. Well, looks like we got Keezer. Yeah, no, I don't know. Sorry, I completely lost the plot on that one. I think that's what I was going for. Like, again, I'm surprised, like, it's just... They don't do it... Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm surprised that, that he was included, like, he was a callback, and they don't really do that many more callbacks anymore. Like, I can't really think of much, and all the other fun side characters just kind of go to the wayside. I think that's what I was getting at there. Now, can we... You know what? Let's go further down. There we go. So there's the frog. Oh, don't apologize. Don't apologize. I can be very, very, very scatterbrained. No, it's more on me than, It's more on me than anyone else in chat. But, yeah, no. I think I'm starting to remember why I'm having such a hard time with, I think I remember why I'm having such a hard time with, finding the puzzle pieces. You see, I've only ever played this game on normal mode, and I played it on normal mode, like, a lot as a kid. The thing is, I'm playing this on hard mode, and I think one of the things that they do on hard mode is that they will, change location of where these puzzle pieces are. And because of that... Wait, I'll go to sleep now. Hopefully we'll see the Puyo Puyo stuff. Yes, I will definitely, that is definitely going to be well in advance. Or if you would actually beat all 3 games at once. I might. In testing, it seems possible. I wouldn't be able to... Oh, at once, at the same... I don't think I get the clear at the same time. But I think I would definitely be able to beat all 3 of them. But no, I will definitely run that in advance. Okay, down here, this looks like a trap. But yeah, no, I am shit. Okay, yeah, no, I am indeed shit. Did it respawn? Can I respawn it? No, I can't. Okay. No. Because I know for those shark enemies, if you, like, bump them from, like, where they're not armored... Like, you can, if you bump them from when they're not armored, you can actually get them, There we go. You can actually kill them, but for the life of me, I just can't figure it out. Or I can't seem to get the sweet spot. Yeah, like I said, that event will definitely be known well in advance, and I'll think about making, like, a Blue Sky or a Discord or something just for those, just for announcements like that, because I really do stream infrequently. I found everything I can really find in here, so let's get the hell out of Dodge. Anything else over here? Okay, I really want the diamond. Oh, okay. Oh, shh. Okay, you know what? I have health. I don't have to really worry. Not too concerned. Why do I have better luck with the CDs than I do with the puzzle pieces here? That is actually what confuses me. You know what? Let's see, is there... Oh, there is. There is, and I botched it. Oh, that ain't good. That is not good. Okay, you know what? CD is a sound test. Yeah, it's a sound test for the various, like, songs in the game. That I'm aware of. But that's the thing, I tend to have a better look at just finding them this time around. I really think they, Oh, wow. Yeah, no, like, comparison for, like, the puzzle pieces to, like, get to the bosses, I just find that really, I just don't get why, like, I can't pick these up. Like, the other times around, managed to get through them just fine, but these last two passages, I am just missing most of them. You know, if there's one thing, I like the color of that passage, though. The red on the blue looks really nice. Like, just this, you know, this little color gradient. Just, this is one of my preferred, favorite palettes. Just get, like, a nice bit of orange in there, like a sunrise, and... And unfortunately, this game has one of the most generic passageways. Like, I know that this whole thing's, like, supposed to be, like, horror, but, I don't know, I'm not really feeling it on this one. But, that being said... excuse me. This still has one of the best soundtracks in this game. This seems like what a magma cavern sounds like. Unfortunately, it still has the Dow. Do 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 do. Get in. No, guess not. Does this actually lead anywhere? Oh, it's literally just to give you space to hide. Okay. Oop. Also, I kind of love... I won't say I love. I find, like, these, rock... Ooh, ouch! You know, I'm really glad convention isn't a thing here. Just in video games. Like, it's a nice, fun... It's a fun thing to, you know, overlook. Solely because, again, you just burst into flames from the heat alone. Okay, I'll just let that ignite. Oop! You know, I get the feeling that'll either knock me around or just damage me. And I don't want to wait around long enough to figure out which is which. Okay, so... Well, this was Dr. Mad Seinstein? No, it's just... It's still... If it's little callbacks like this... Again, I miss them. I want more. Okay, so if that opens this... Okay, so that's what the puzzle... Oh. Oh no. Oh shit. You know, Wario's comedically tough, but, I think the Doctor here has him beat. Ooh! So if that gets him across here... Oh, now I know what we do. There we go. But yeah, I think of all the levels in the, Sapphire Passage, I think this is the weakest one. I mean, they have, like, the heat and the convection blurring, and once a skill level gets to the end, where you have to backtrack, this is where it gets, like, the most unique. But even then, not quite... Ow, okay, yeah, so that does actually hit like a truck. I mean, the fact that they could send Wario flying, I think says a lot. Okay, and I really need to actually know how to jump over these things. Now that's one way. Where's the other way lead? It leads somewhere. Yes, it does. Mysteries. Okay, now why don't we see... Oop. Okay, so there's one. Ow! Shit! 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 I want out, I want out, I want out, I want out. Okay, I don't need to go here. I don't ever need to go there. Ah, fire. Fuck. I think Wario's just... Ugh. Like, I'm the type of guy... Ew! I'm the type of guy who really can't, like, I can handle, like, the occasional kid... Actually, no, what am I saying? Oh, shit. Okay, we're at the end of the level already. Yeah, no. The level freezes over. This is actually, like, when we get to this point, it's honestly my favorite, this is my favorite little switch that we have going on here. Just, you know, the fire level becomes an ice level. And, you know, it literally freezes over. But I'm surprised at, I'm actually surprised at how short this level is. Like, I thought it was longer. But if there's one thing, when I remember clearly, for the, first playthrough I did, or at least when I was playing through this, as a kid, I was trying to, like, 100% the file. I could not, for the life of me, find the CD, or figure out how to get to the CD here, in this level. It's, like, the one thing that I think eluded me for, like, you know, completion. It's not like I'm, you know, like, torn up about. I think that would have frozen at the right time. It's like, I'm not torn up about that, but it's just, you know, of all the levels that I could, like, never, you know, fully crack, this was one of them. And even then, I only have one. Ugh. I don't even have Keyser, so I can't even find the next level. Oh, no, never mind. Found Keyser. So that solves one mystery. Now time to solve several others, like where the heck are all the little progression pieces? But yeah, no, like I said, I think I finally figured out why I can't remember where any of them are. That's because they're in different spots because of the difficulty. Well, we got Keyser here. Oh, I see what we gotta do. Okay, hopefully we don't get skewered. Or slip. Because that's going to be the hard part here. Oh. I keep making the same mistakes. I think that's just been like a reoccurring trend on this gameplay, or this playthrough. Is that I keep making like the same platforming mistakes several times in a row. Okay, this is the one I was looking for. Okay, you gonna lead me anywhere good? Up here, maybe? Okay, let's take care of you. And see if I can find the mystery up here. Nope. Anything down this way? No, just drawbacks. Okay, this clearly isn't working. Plan numero 2. Okay, you know what? I don't need it. Oh, shit. Ouch. Okay, at least that didn't completely screw me out of stuff. Now, does this lead anywhere? Okay, so I have to go up top. Good. You gonna get me anything? Nope. Okay, just tank the hit, take the hit. We are running out of time. Down to about a minute left. There we go. Okay, so we made it with some time. So, yeah, no, I'm actually kind of shocked. Like, through all the other levels, I was able to, like, crack down on a good chunk of the, like, all the puzzle pieces here. I was expecting, you know, a little less, or, you know, maybe, like, nabbing 1 or 2 levels, but no, I'm gonna have to redo most of these passages. And at least I can piece them together a bit more. And finally, the last level of the night. Just one big shining call-out. Hotel Horror. This is the... If there's one thing I'm going to say about this level, this is the one level whose OST I will literally, like, whistle to myself from time to time when I'm, like, walking through somewhere. It is that catchy. Another contender for I wish this game had a remake or someone remixed the soundtrack. And look, they even put, like, little level locks at the end. Because even though this is, like, supposed to be, like, a horror, like, a terrifying, hotel, this is just a level. Like, I could totally see this, like, in, like, one of those, what are those shows? Like, I can see this as, like, a little stage show going on somewhere, like a jazz lounge. Oh, hey, even... the lights are, you know, have, like, faces in them. That's fun. You know what? I never even noticed this. Floor plan. That's neat. So it's nice coming back to a game after so long where you kind of forget, like, some of the ins and outs in places because, you know, you notice these little details. And, you know, stuff that you've either missed the first time around or took for granted, they kind of, like, pop out at you a bit more. And again, this is a fun, like, oh, wait, there's a door. Okay, so we're on the second floor, room 204. Knock some stuff around some more. Can't think of another rhyme. Okay, nope. Well, that just takes us to room 203, which is locked. Again, these fun little aesthetic choices that they have, like, through the rest of these floors here, you don't see anywhere else. Yeah, it's fun. Ooh. Just crack him out, and... maybe... I think maybe we're gonna be falling down that... What's up? Or falling down that room at some point. Let's see what's in 303. Okay, so... Okay, do I throw you? I can't quite see the roof. Maybe I drop down. Maybe I drop down from the top, from the next floor, and that's how I get to it. Oop, not today. Now, as much as I love the enemies' like art design, their like fighting design for the most part, I hate to say it's a little lacking, because a lot of them is you can't charge from the front. I mean, a lot of them are done up in like, you know, very fun, you know, incredibly fun aesthetics. I mean, look at these guys. But at the same time, they kind of fall prey to just the whole ordeal of, oh, you can't attack them from the front. Like, sure, some behaviors are different, but, like, some enemy behaviors are different, but even then, a few of them are just charge at you. It's at least, you know, fun. Like, you know, they have fun with it. Every character design, like, kind of sticks out. Especially, again, the, oh, this is... You know what? This is just fun. Maybe a little lazy to do, you know, different colors, but you know what? Seeing as how the pink room is no longer pink, I'll take it. Okay. Do your job. Okay, and so that gets us one of these. Now, what do we gotta do for the other bonuses? Probably another set. Okay, I see where you're at. Since I can't knock you around. There we go. This is a fun little bonus room. Okay, so 401. We go through here. That should hopefully take us... Well, no. It's gonna take a bunch of people out. Also, there's something funny about the idea of, you know, creating a fire hazard in a hotel to progress. That's honestly something I'd find like, ouch! No, it's just a fun idea. So, how do you progress in this hotel? Cause a fire? Have people evacuate? Sure, why not? Go for it. So this is clearly... Okay, so we're in 201. Crunch them. Ah, jeez. At least this place has enough enemies that I can maybe not hit myself going onto the other screen. Okay, there we are. So there's the bat we're going to need to navigate through half this place. Do, 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 do. Okay, so this is how we get to the secret rooms. Okay. This looks like a secret. There we go. Okay, I think I'm starting to get progress through this Hotel of Horror. Okay. So with that, I think I need to take you... not into the water, but get you to slide me out this way. Okay, I think that's our plan. Oh, what? He didn't even respawn? Do I have to, like, go off screen a bit more, or just are these enemy spawns bugged? Because there's no... Wow. Okay, so they give you the only the one attempt, and that's it. Okay, then. Do. So, this is room 402. And that means that one of the rooms... 403, I'm gonna have to drop down. Huh. Surprised we found this room. This is, yeah, okay, we don't want to get to room 404 just yet. Oh, yeah, oh. These rooms become, like, more, like, stereotypically creepy. Oh. I don't know if I want to fall here. Oh, never mind, I did want to fall here. Okay, where else this way? Will I go up to the 400 series rooms? So, 302. I think what I gotta do... Can I go through the wall here? Okay, now let me rephrase that. There has got to be a way for me to become a zombie this way, and drop down this, and drop down these stairs, and I think you are up here. Perfect. So this is what I need. I need to become infected. You know, I also like... Oh, that's fun. Okay, so we found everything here. We finally completed one puzzle piece here. I also love how this has, like, this fire escape has a little, you know, back exit. It's fun. You know, for essentially being just one, Oh, well, that's our way back to the start. But yeah, for being just what is essentially a giant shout-out to The Shining, yeah, this level, that's fun. It's a fun little exploratory thing. Honestly, for other, like, you know, Nintendo-themed hotel levels, they could have done a lot worse. They could have done so much worse. You know what? I just realized. I could be referring to Hotel Mario, or I could be referring to the hotel levels in Mario Sunshine. I may never know which one I'm talking about. It's a mystery. So, 203. I'm gonna see if I can try to find the CD, since I've had typically better luck with them. this playthrough than I had for like the mandatory stuff. Which is, I find that honestly kind of funny. No, the optional sound tests, no, you can, I pretty much go almost like room for room for them, but for everything else, nah. So I'm gonna need to go down at some point, but just to make sure I exhaust all my options here. If in this way, nope. If in this way, you know what? I'm gonna see if the other... I think the other room spawns something in. 401. I got everything up here. You know, I'm not sure as like an interior... As an interior, like, color design, I'm not sure how I feel about red as like a room color, especially like this shade of like blood red. Like, it's striking to look at, but at the same time, wouldn't it be exhausting to look at? And I think it would be. Okay, let's hit the switch. Accidentally take him out with me, I guess. It's not like I can really go anywhere with the zombie. Maybe take out the staircase behind me, see if that adds anything. Wait, this is the room I think I've broke apart the least. Nope, I can still make some progress here. I'm also gonna pop up, see if that Yeti respawned. I don't think they would, but you know what? You know what? Let's be a bit more positive. Let's see if this will help up that much. Nope. Can't help but be a little disappointed. Yeah, I swear that seems to be an oversight, because there's no way they just give you the one attempt to try to salvage that. Now, if we go in this way... So you're cleared out. Well, at least they're crushed. Well, you know what? Let's at least clear away everything else. Because the only other rooms we haven't been in yet are now the rooms that, oh, there's gotta be something else here. There has gotta be one other thing here. Nope. I was expecting maybe they hid the CD up there for some reason, but I guess the answer is no. So we need to go to 302 so we can pop out 301. Well, not pop out 301, but go down to 201 so we can get to 202. But man, it's nice that they even, like, you know, it's nice that this level, you know, each room has its own color, like, has its own color scheme. Hold on a minute. Am I missing something? Does this... Go to... Let's try something here. 201. Okay, yeah, no, that literally just leads up to the staircase we had before. Yeah, no, not missing out on anything. Let's go collapse this hotel. Okay, go all Jack Torrance on it. Turn on the boiler and all that jazz. And back to the room we can't find. On hard mode, I'm surprised we have so few of those enemies. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to come back up and go the long way around. Also, for like the level clear, I don't know why they went with a frog, but again, it's weird because there's so much in this game, I say, oh, I love that design, I like that design so much. I genuinely like the stage triggers here. They're just fun. There's something, you know, visually pretty good about it. I remember seeing a while back, like this was actually a while back, someone did like a 3D mock-up of this thing as if it was a Smash Brothers trophy, and I really wish that, you know, company-wide, the Wario Land series got more attention. You know? Again, there's just something about that design. There's just something about that frog, just, you know, he just wants to blow up the entire place and everyone else in it. Okay, there's nothing to be, like, concerned about here. Go to 402. 202. We'll go back to... No, we gotta go back to 203. I'll go to 203. Okay, let's figure this out. Let's not panic while we do it. There's another floor here. This will take us to 4. Go to 402. We go to 403. Go to the floor beneath. And then that should take us to a room where there's a lock. Eventually. 303. And it's either 302 or 203. Do we have 4 leads anywhere? Oh yeah, this is just more vertical. Vertical escapement. Okay, let's try this. Oh shit, no, that's not what I wanted. Okay, might as well take care of him while he's out in the open. Jerk. Okay. Since this room is designed to, you know, screw up and waste time on the way out, then that must mean I'm heading in the right spot. So 204 opens this up, then I should get... Yes, 203. Okay, this is exactly where I want to be. Because if they're going through this much hassle to try to hide this room and to lock it off, that means... Yeah, the CD's in here. There we go. We finally had, after the whole night, one successful room. There we go. You know what? We finally got a 100% room this entire playthrough. Finally managed to nab it. Whew! And with that... we have finally managed to at least clear all the levels. So now, we just need to get all the puzzle pieces. And then after that, we gotta do the boss rush. So, after that, I think this is gonna be a good place to end off the stream. See if this is actually working. Sounds kind of quiet, actually. Well, I am talking. You know what? I'll just crank that up a small bit more. There we go. So, for everyone who popped in, thank you so much for watching. hard mode seems to be really blending me for a bit. I am definitely missing out on. I'm definitely missing out on how this about how this game is, developing so far. Don't remember it hard mode being this hard, but at the same time, I never really played it. And the new and the only way, I swear, the only way that this game can mess with me any further is because that they changed the locations of a bunch of these of the puzzle pieces. So next time I stream this, I think we are going to try to capture all the remaining puzzle pieces, do a boss rush, and afterwards we are going to try to beat the game. Hopefully I don't get too torn up by just, the game in general, but I don't think that should happen as much. Till then, everyone who has chimed in tonight, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for popping in, saying hi. If you were just interested and just popped in for 5 seconds, hey, thank you very much for popping in. Keep popping in. Thank you for, just your time and, again, saying hi and just seeing what I'm about. Unfortunately, I don't have a set streaming schedule. Things tend to change up a bit. But until then, or until next time, until next time, ciao.